Yo, happy holidays, chat. What is today? The 18th. Sorry, I got lost. I've actually been surprisingly well, no, I guess it's not surprisingly busy. I expected to be about this busy because I said the new documentary is going to be out on Christmas Eve or Christmas, which it will. I'm stressing myself out about it because I have to finish that while also balancing other shit because you guys know how the holidays are. But anyway, happy to see you guys here. Gator 159, thanks for the early $5. You got a conflict of interest. The Critical Drinker is live streaming open bar right now. Oh no. See, this is why I don't like streaming in the afternoons, because you run into problems like this. You end up having to compete with everybody else. Everyone else wants to stream at the same fucking time. Nobody, literally nobody, wants to stream in the mornings except me. Or I guess Jim. Jim used to stream in the mornings. He used to do his man-child in the morning streams. We are the only ones, though. Again, before we get the stream started, I just want to point out to you guys that all of my streams, hold up, that's the wrong window. We're about to get to that, but not quite yet. All of my streams can be found here. Oh shit, Ames is streaming too. I'm sorry, buddy. See, look at everybody I'm trying to compete with right now. And it's like, yeah, all the streams, you can find them right here in this playlist. I will put this stream in this playlist once we're done too. And okay, now we can get to RTU. Oh boy, the future documentary I do on this guy is going to be, holy shit, 32 frets 660 66C. Don't know why it took me so hard to read that. Appreciate the work you do. Rich is a joke, and I'll support anyone who calls out his BS and his grift. Rich, get a job application going, you dunce. All right, bro. Thank you. Thank you for the 100 big ones. I really appreciate it. And yeah, Rich does need to get a job. There's a rumor that he's already in the process of getting a job, that he has a job right now, and that his recent excuse for why he didn't stream the other day that we're about to go over was it was just bullshit. It was just him trying to obfuscate the fact that he's a wagey again. Now, we don't look down. We don't look down at wages around here. Honest work is honest work. I'm not a Nick Fuentes. I don't look down on anybody who has to work a 9 to 5, because that's what I gotta do too. You gotta do what you gotta do. But Rich might be having to go back to that old life he was living before he went full time with YouTube, because content just ain't paying the bills like it used to. Now, before we get to that, I want to get to this little review from Review Clips USA. We always shout out the clip channels. Couldn't do it without y'all's. Really, we couldn't. I wish I could watch. I wish I could watch Rich's streams more often, but I just don't have the time. I don't think anybody has the time. This motherfucker will stream for like 12 hours in a day, and it'll be the most boring shit ever. You literally have to put it on in the background. So we appreciate Review Clips USA. I appreciate Ames. Bro. Sometimes I'll watch your stream. I'll watch you like restream Rich, right? Like sometimes I'll watch Tevin or one of the other DSP detractors restream DSP, because it's the only way it's palatable, right? It's like you're drinking some alcohol, but the shit tastes like ass, so you gotta like mix it with some juice or whatever so it can actually go down. It's like that. So we appreciate you guys. This clip, the other time I was complaining, right? I was saying, Rich won't ever say my name. Does Rich not know who I am? There's no way that Rich has never watched one of my documentaries. Well, I finally got the shout out. And this clip in general is going to be very relevant to what we're about to go over.
I don't know about you guys.
Yes, I'm banned in Phil's chat.
Essential
For something I would think is even more benign, and even though 220 I don't think is a big deal than 220. But that's Phil. Fox, no banned people would have given you money because they lightly roasted you. As far as I didn't ban Rent and Liars. He's still here. If I don't ban him, you have no excuse, Phil.
Oh yeah, Written Liar showed up. Great RTU, one of the top RTU detractors. He showed up in Rich's chat, you know, and he gave him a little shit. He roasted Rich a bit, and Rich didn't take it that well. He thinks he won, but he thinks he wins every encounter with detractors, right? He still thinks that he came off looking better than Sly in all of his like on-stream debates with Sly, right?
Gilbert. No, he's gone. Brenton Lyre's a great man.
I've watched the documentary about it. I watched it literally the day it came out.
He's talking about June the King. June, who just dropped a 3-hour plus doc about iDubbbz, by the way.
It's 13 degrees here. I'm not watching that again. Dude, that stuff it's something from a bygone era. ReviewTechUSA is gone. It's over.
Oh, it's gone? It's gone? ReviewTechUSA is over, guys. It's over, right? It's old news. He's not bringing it back. Remember that. This was like, holy shit, when was this? Less than a week ago. Okay, he said this literally last week. He said that.
It is what it is. No, I'm not watching MikeynohMore, dude.
Oh, MikeynohMore. He's not watching me. He knows. He's seen it. He's seen the thumbnails. He's seen the docs. He says he hasn't watched them. He says he won't watch them on stream. I don't know why. You fucking watch June's doc on stream. Why won't you watch mine? I finally got the name drop, guys. I finally got the name drop. It took like 2 years. 2 years of being an RTU detractor. I finally got the name drop. Finally.
Watching bait shit. I'm not doing it, John. Not doing it. Yeah, John, I don't know what it is with your thing with wanting me to watch like shit to, I guess you want to rile me up essentially for entertainment. I'm good. No, thank you.
Maybe he just wants you to interject some energy into the stream, right? Like you watch one of my docs about you, one of my videos about you, Rich, it would inject some energy into the stream, right? Because you would have to give a response to everything I say about you.
And that gives them nothing but more.
Your audience just wants you to do something interesting, bro.
Or ammunition, which is what they're hoping for, which in turn they would make into more content. But I'm okay.
Chad. Eric has gotten really weird with the AI videos lately.
Anyway, that's it for that. Again, thank you, Review Clips USA. Oh, he would also ban a longtime donator in this, the guy who was saying, hey, man, why don't you react to Mikey's documentary? He would ban that guy just for asking. So anyway, so we get to what brings us to the stream today. That is why Rich didn't stream when he said he would, right? So this actually has nothing to do with it, but I think it does, right? So he's got this new hoodie. He's got his RFK Jr. hoodie, Await My Harvest, you know, with RFK Jr.'s head on it. This is probably, I think that spot right there is where they pulled the worm out of RFK Jr.'s head, right? So he's wearing the hoodie, and obviously he's doing it to make fun of RFK Jr., just like he makes fun of everybody in the Trump administration. This would be a mistake. He would regret doing this because RFK Jr., his worm powers that he gained from having like a parasite in his noggin, right? He knew that Rich was talking shit, so he sent out some of his dietitian, some of his food beams, and he gave Rich the worst stomach bug he's had in years. It was so bad, right? That Rich was stuck at his baby mama's place. He was stuck at Lauren's place. He couldn't even go home because it was like, not only was there a snowstorm, by the way, he docs. He put out this photo, right? And people, they said, hey, I know where that house is. And they were able to use that to dox where Lauren lives. So not only did he dox his parents' house, he's also now doxed his baby mama's house. So, you know, way to go, Rich. So he was snowed in, and also he came down with a severe stomach bug. I wish I was lying. I'm laying in bed with a barf bucket and a stomach bug. It's a disaster. See, that's what you get. That's what you get for talking that shit about RFK Jr. All he's trying to do, all RFK is trying, wait, what the fuck? Did I say RFK? I meant, yes, what the fuck? Why did I said RJK? No, I said RFK. All right, excuse me, brain fart. All RFK is trying to do is get children to eat healthy. He's trying to get people like Rich to stop being so morbidly obese. And that's what triggers him. He doesn't want to be healthy. He hates the fact that RFK Jr. is trying to save him, trying to keep him on Earth for another decade so he can actually fucking support his children. He hates that. He despises RFK Jr. for trying to get him to live and live a healthier life. And this was his punishment. And this is the excuse he came up with for why he couldn't stream when he said he was going to. One of 1,000 excuses, 109 excuses Rich has come up with for why he hasn't been able to stream on certain days when he said he was going to. And this is another one for the pile. And that led him to this stream right here, where this stream, I owe you an explanation. Now, you know what, hold up, before we do that, before we get to that, let me show you guys this real quick. I just want to show you guys the type of content. This is on Tech25 ASMR, the channel that Rich thinks he's going to retire off of. The channel that Rich says is going to be, he's going to get this bitch to 1 million by, I don't know how long he said, 5 years, 4 years. I don't know, before 2030, this channel is supposed to have 1 million subscribers, and it's going to pay for his retirement. It's going to pay away all of his debts, all of his bills, and it's going to pay for his children's college funds and all that shit. I don't know how he's going to do it with these numbers. Maybe if he posted more often, I could somewhat believe it could gain some traction, but at the current rate that he's uploading, yeah, I don't see this even cracking 100K by 2030. Red Worm 13, thank you for the $2. Did Anissa ruin iDubbbz, or was he secretly a loser? He was obviously secretly a loser, right? But he found his lane, and he was doing a good job of faking it till he made it, up until he ran into Anissa. And after that, the loser inside of him was, well, it's not that the loser inside of him won, it's that iDubbbz had two wolves. He had two wolves inside of them. One of them was a loser incel with very low self-esteem issues. The other one was a genuinely funny edgelord who made some good content and was able to mask his insecurities, right? But once he got with Anissa, Anissa brutally murdered the other wolf. The stronger wolf inside of iDubbbz was killed, and the loser wolf was all that was left. And that's basically how we got to him going from iDubbbz to just being Ian Joma, Anissa's husband.
All right.
So this is the type of content. This is the type of content that Rich is now putting on his other channel, on Tech25 ASMR.
Looking at gameplay footage right now of Halo Combat Evolved. This is the Master Chief Collection version, but I was like, screw it. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to play it in because you could change the graphical settings to the retro, how it looked on the original Xbox, or you could play it as the enhanced version. So I said, hey, this video is kind of about nostalgia, so I'll play the regular.
Literally, this is literally the exact same content he was making in like 2014, but he's doing it in the ASMR voice. This is his idea of the channel, of making this channel, getting it to 1 million subs by 2030, and like becoming like a 1 million sub big dick YouTuber again, is just do the exact same shit he did a decade ago, but in ASMR. This is like the breadth, like the height, the extent of ReviewTechUSA's creativity. He can't be any more creative than this. All of the we really underestimated how much Jay Hoof was carrying Rich's career, right? And it's like, you know, to Rich's credit, he was also doing a lot for Jay. Jay himself, pretty irrelevant now. The height of his career really was being Rich's sidekick and giving him ideas, helping him come up with content, editing all his videos, getting him to actually do some fucking work. You would think it would be easy, right? You would think it would be the easiest thing in the world to just talk into a mic and post 3 or 4 videos a day, right? The Quartering literally became a millionaire by doing that for years, right? See, the Quartering, I'll give this to the Quartering, right? He's a giant fucking loser, and he's a way bigger grifter than even Rich is. But at least he works. At least the Quartering understood early on, hey, if I just post 4 to 5 videos a day, right? It doesn't matter if they're low effort, it doesn't matter if they're shit, it doesn't matter if it's slop, it doesn't matter if I'm even just making shit up. If I just mass produce this slop for the next few years, YouTube, I'll be able to just get that algorithmic stimulus package from YouTube, and they'll just push me into the algorithm, and I'll just make a bunch of easy money anyway, right? Like, this is the business model that Rich was using, and somehow he failed because he just, even posting slop videos every day was too much for him. It's ridiculous, right? So this is how
version.
This is how Rich thinks he's gonna make it out of the hood, by doing the exact same thing he was doing a decade ago, but he's gonna whisper into the mic while he does it. Yeah, this is man, it was so easy. Sometimes I wish I was like, I wish I was born 10 years earlier, so then I could have gotten to like the early YouTube rush. Because man, there are so many motherfuckers from the late 10s, the early to late 10s, who ended up making careers and making easy money because YouTube was just throwing it at you now, man. These days, you gotta fucking make a video, you gotta like do some tricks. You gotta throw it back for the algorithm a little bit if you want YouTube to look your way. Back in the old days, you could just put out the worst bullshit ever and you could make a living off that. It was crazy, man. Everybody was making, especially pre-adpocalypse. Bro, pre-adpocalypse, motherfuckers like Rich were basically getting money to fucking rub their fucking stroke their dick, rub their balls and shit. It was so easy. Just rolling the land of milk and honey. That was pre-adpocalypse YouTube if you were somebody who was making content regularly. Anyway, now getting off to that, you know, the momentary, every time, once in a while, we need to check in on Tech 25 ASMR. We just need to see how Rich is doing over there. And oh, hey, what's this? What is this? I thought I came here looking for Rich Tomorrow, but I see the ReviewTechUSA banner up here. What the fuck? ReviewTechUSA is supposed to be dead. ReviewTechUSA, I thought that channel died last year. Why is it still here? Why is there a ReviewTechUSA banner? At ReviewTechUSA RTU. Whoa, what's going on? I'm back for good. Oh wow, he made an update video. Wow. Okay, well, we gotta look at this. We'll look at this in a minute. We won't look at it right now. We'll look at it later though. But I just want to show it. ReviewTechUSA, he's gone back to his old ways. He's brought back that old school RTU, literally, right? And we're gonna watch this. This is a stream. I owe you an explanation. Now, he's gonna be explaining 2 things. He's going to be explaining, 1, why he didn't stream when he told everybody he was gonna stream, right? And he's also going to explain why he brought back the name ReviewTechUSA. This is going to be the most Rich Tomorrow-ass video Rich has ever made, ever.
Where the hell is my face? Oh, because I had the other instance of OBS open.
There I am. Oh, God.
He's watching my stream. Really? Is he really watching my stream? No, he's not live right now. I wish he did. Oh, shit. I really wish. I pray that ReviewTechUSA decides to stream snipe me one day. Dude, I pray that that happens before the end of the year.
Oh, I look like shit. Okay, so I owe you an apology. If you're wondering what the hell happened to me, it is two things that have been beyond my control. It's not just, I got caught up doing a project, so I rescheduled the stream. No, Andreas, you cannot be a mod, but Mario,
Imagine wanting to be a mod for ReviewTechUSA.
He is a size queen.
I'll give this to Rich. He is slimming down. He's not quite as much of a blob. See, never say that bullying doesn't work. We've been bullying Rich about being fat for years now. And look, he's starting to slim down. It's like, you remember when everybody was like, hey, did Rich get surgery? How come he lost all that weight? This is like the second skinniest he's ever been in like his YouTube career. So good on him. Those Diet Cokes are actually paying off, surprisingly.
So the stream for Bloodborne was supposed to be Monday, right? I went down to Lauren's, having no idea. They were talking like a dusting. They were saying she was going to get a little bit more. So I was staying at her place with my kids, and I could not sleep to save my fucking life. I must have slept like maybe an hour there. I go outside to look and everything. It's like a fucking, not a blizzard, but she got like 4 to 6 inches, and she lives down a hill. My car was in her driveway, which is down a hill. I couldn't get out. I'm like, there's no way I could get back. If I knew that it was going to be like that, I would have never left here.
The amount of details he's already adding makes this story seem a little bit less believable already, right? Like, if you had just said some shit like, I got caught up in a snowstorm, or I drove to Lauren's place and then my car broke down and I couldn't get back, or one of my tires went out, that would be more believable. But I went to Lauren, and then there was a snowstorm and I was backed in and somebody parked a certain way, so I couldn't got out of traffic, and I couldn't sleep well because of the weather. Also, I had a stomach bug. All these extra details make this story a little bit less believable, Rich.
Interesting.
32 Fret 66C. Thank you for the $5. He's definitely lost weight. Doesn't change the fact he's still a tard. True.
Because it ties into, I got double fucked, man, and not in a good way. So as I wasn't able to sleep, listen, whoa, fist me. You don't want a crop dusting to me. You don't want a crop dusting 10 months. Thank you for me right now. And speaking of which, so as I was up, I was like, why the fuck does my stomach sound like a fucking washer machine? But I'm like, whatever. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it was this. What the hell is that gold doing there? I was like, what the hell is that about? I mean, whatever. And then the next day,
if you're a fat dude, like if you're a really big guy, you kind of just brush it off whenever you hear your stomach making certain noises, because you're like, who knows what's going on in there, really, right? So it's like, I can sort of believe that he got caught off guard. Like, he heard his stomach making some demonic noises, and he just thought it was another Tuesday. It
was like, whoa, off.
Birds mod me, then ban me. Low, love you, Rich. Red heart emoji. Birds.
Lona, 7 months, love you as well. I appreciate all the people who are patient with this. It wasn't that I just bailed on the stream. So my stomach was weird the next day, which was 2 days ago now. And I didn't really think anything of it. And then yesterday, not to go, I woke up, man, and I was like letting out shotgun farts. I am sick. I'm sick, and I know I need to tell people what the fuck happened. Happy birthday, Silky One.
Do you, though? Like, do you really need to give this this much of an explanation for why you didn't stream? Like, why can't you just say, I'm sorry, guys, I fucked up. I'll make it up to you later. There'll be a future member stream, or there'll be a future stream where I just turn off monetization. I'll just stream, I don't know, 6-7 hours for you guys for free to make up for it, right? You could just do that. Alternatively, you could, knowing how tardy you are or how often you miss these streams for all these sorts of weird reasons, you could just stop saying, hey guys, I'm gonna stream on X and Y day in the future. I never do that. Only time, I rarely even tell you guys when I'm gonna drop a video. Usually I just say soon, or I give you me saying I'm gonna drop a video on December 24th or 25th is the most exact date I've ever given for any sort of content I've ever released. And I never tell you guys when I'm gonna stream. You guys usually expect I'm gonna stream on Monday, because that's just, you know, that's the day where it's easiest for me to stream. But, you know, I could just turn on the stream any day, any morning, any afternoon. I don't give you guys heads up, right? And if I did, then I would run into an issue if I kept missing it from time to time, and I would just have to stop doing that.
So, but whatever. Actually, I felt better, I thought, throughout the day. And I was good. And I set up, like, in my bedroom now, I have, because I want to make sure I could always edit. Even if I'm in my room, I could edit. I could do whatever. So I set that up. All of a sudden, man, I felt like that, you know, when you have a stomach bug and you feel that weird fucking feeling in like the pit of your stomach. And I was like, all right, whatever. I mean, I ate dinner. I probably shouldn't have. I thought I was feeling better than I was. Didn't think anything of it. The next day I know it's 1 a.m. and I'm dry heaving in a bucket. I was like, there's no way I could do. I'm actually surprised.
Why? Why do you do that? Are you doing it on purpose? Like, does he do it to assert dominance? Is either he's doing it to assert dominance, he's doing it because he genuinely thinks that it's funny, or like it's his fetish?
I'm here.
Or maybe it's a combination of the three.
I was like, I gotta do it.
Either way, burping into a mic is just, don't do it.
So I was almost debating on not to. I'm not saying I'll probably stream for a bit, you know. So I was like, there's no way. There's no fucking way. You know, so that's why I kept it until the 11th hour, just in case I woke, because you know how stomach bugs can be. I'm sure some of you had them. I mean, I'm better. You know, I can't even say, because I felt like this time.
What does he mean? He's sure some of us, like, everybody has gotten sick, Rich. Everybody's had a stomach bug. Like, do you think your audience is made up of children? Maybe a 6 or 7-year-old can't remember a time they ever had a stomach bug. Once you get a certain age, it's kind of inevitable.
Time yesterday where I thought I was better, so who the hell knows? So I owe you an apology. I don't want you to think that I'm just like, oh yeah, here we hit a goal. Took the money. See you later. No blood. I want to play fucking Bloodborne. I was looking forward to the fucking Bloodborne stream probably more than you were. And for selfish reasons, because I have you here and you could walk me through parts of the game I would get confused at. So it wasn't that I didn't want to fucking do it.
And you could give me money.
It wasn't that I didn't want to do it. It wasn't that I was just fucking people over. I feel bad. That's why I was just like, I got to go on and explain myself so they don't just think I'm some fucking douche and they never trust me again.
If that was the case, here's the thing, right? Is that this is like a non-issue for somebody like Rich at this point, because anybody who's still a ride and die for ReviewTechUSA as we're coming up on big 2026, they aren't going anywhere. It's like being a dent for Darkside Phil. The only reason why Phil's dents leave is because he goes out of his way to tell them to kick rocks, and or he bans them. Those are the only way, right? If the Kino Casino and Josh hadn't gotten Phil to get rid of Derek would still be around right now, right? He probably is still around under like a sock account or something. He's still whatever. But you know what I'm saying. There's no reason for Rich to come over here and explain this, because they're used to it. They're used to you failing their expectations, Rich.
Dude, if I ate Cheetos, I would have probably shit in my bed and projectile vomited. So I know you're joking, but I'm actually going to drink some dairy-free protein shakes. I got him. I sound like Phil, but I don't think he gets this shit. I got him DoorDash to me.
Yeah, PWR. See, Rich probably does have a PWR or two in his audience, right? There's probably is some dude with like some crippling drug addiction or whatever who he gets this money from the state, from the government, and he just throws it at Rich anyway. He probably does have a couple wheelchairs in his chat. Any wheelchairs in my chat, by the way. I love you guys. You're different. You're not like RTU and DSP fans.
And I don't do shit like this. I was so hurting last night. Hopefully I'm not that way again. Because I'm not going to eat what I had. I had a baked buffalo chicken, which was the worst thing I could have fucking had. Oh, man. So shit, man. It was no pun intended. And that was the worst too. Like, you know, when you feel your mouth getting watery, I'm like, I'm gonna barf. So I cleaned out my little garbage can, watered it, and then I had to. Oh, it was so brutal. It was the worst feeling. And then
bro acts like he just came out of a fight. Bro acts like he just like got out of a car wreck. Right? He acts like this is you were sick for a night. And stomach bugs, the thing about stomach bugs is that they come and they go pretty easily. They don't stick around. They don't keep you in bed for like a week, for like a whole week, or even a whole weekend for real.
Just like
he was good enough to do this stream. Be honest, if he has some more, if he has some more bluster in him, if he was made of sterner stuff, he could have streamed. But Rich has a very weak constitution, right? As you guys know, we all know about dudes who can turn on the stream while they're absolutely lit. Like they're pilled out or they're blasted on alcohol out of their fucking mind, and they still manage to stream for hours. Like fucking Ralph could go for hours just absolutely fucked up, right? He just ain't built like that. Rich ain't built like that. Rich got drunk like once. For the first time in years, he got drunk, and he just absolutely passed out, and everybody thought he died. He couldn't handle it.
Which I take blame for that, though. I probably should have said, like...
Arthur! Ooh, 3PX? Arthur, thanks for the $5. Rich does have some interesting audience members. Were you around for the Nate saga? That guy was a trip. I actually don't remember who Nate was.
Once I started feeling off, even if I thought I was going to be okay. You don't know because stomach bugs are weird like that. So, no. Pity stream for what? What am I asking pity for?
Yeah, Ricada's another one. Well, I mean, Ricada he was literally like fucking passing out. He was passing out in the middle of the stream because of all the alcohol. But here's what he did. Ricada was smart. He's like, okay, I'm passing out because I'm drinking so much. If I do cocaine, right? If I take cocaine too, it'll keep me up. It'll keep me from passing out because of the alcohol. See, he managed to outsmart it. He managed to outsmart one addiction with another.
All right, I'm just explaining to you what happened. Yeah, well, when you're sick, I got Pepto-Bismol DoorDash to me yesterday. I didn't want to do it. I couldn't go out, though. I couldn't.
Now, wait, hold up. You couldn't go out. So he says he couldn't go out because of the weather and his car or whatever the fuck. But other people who were out, some DoorDasher was able to drive to Lauren's house and deliver Pepto-Bismol? Okay, wait. So it was possible to drive in that weather. Either that or this DoorDash driver is insane. Like, what do you mean?
My key logging career. Yeah, you're trying to eat your dinner.
Oh, I know who Nate is. Oh, you just said it. Desert Cruiser. Nate was the lanky. I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. The fucking the druggy nigga. I actually know. I know exactly who you're talking about. You know what? We might actually talk about him one day. Cause I remember I was going to like put a clip of that dude in my original Review Tech USA documentary, right? But then I just like, nah, it already had gotten too long and I didn't have any space for him. But yeah, I know what you're talking about. I know who Nate is.
Right now, well, listen, don't listen to it. Oh my god, I hate fucking stomach bugs, dude. I do. I genuinely lost some weight. My head is still massive. Well, yeah, now I'm gonna have a cheat code to lose even more because I got, like I said, I got non-dairy protein drinks coming because dairy is not a good idea when you have a stomach bug. Yeah, I'm going to announce this in a video that I'm bringing.
He's bringing what? What are you bringing? What are you bringing, Rich? What are you bringing?
Back Review Tech USA.
He's bringing back Review Tech USA. It took him, he went through an entire, like all of the shit he's gone through for like the past year. It's like in 2024, right? 2024, where he just kamikazed his YouTube career over all of the year, right? It took him all of this year for him to finally come to the realization that everybody, including his detractors, have been telling him, which is, dude, the brand that you spent over a decade and a half building, you shouldn't delete that channel. You shouldn't have did that. And now he's finally like, yeah, I'm gonna bring it back. Okay, congratulations, Rich. Congratulations. Thank you also for clarifying that all that shit you said before about how you didn't want to go to Review Tech USA because you were embarrassed by it, because you wanted to leave that part of your history behind. We now know that that is all 100% bullshit. You got rid of it because you got caught botting. That is the actual reason you got rid of it.
You know what's funny is that this is something else I was thinking.
Well, hold up. Maybe he didn't get caught botting. Maybe somebody else was botting him and he genuinely thought, okay, well, that's it. Somebody's botting me. YouTube thinks that I'm the one who's doing it. That's it. I might as well fucking delete it because they're threatening monetization permanently for me across the platform. I might as well just get rid of it and start over somewhere else, right? Like a retard, right? He could have contacted Google. He could have just asked Keemstar. He could have asked Keemstar to talk to somebody at Google for him. He didn't, right? He just got rid of the channel. Fucking dumbass.
Thinking about for a few months. And I was at a store one day.
Whoa!
Listen, try to
Bammers, 22 months.
Like
Thank
even
you.
Though his poor wife was in traffic underwater. Hope you feel better, bird father.
What happened, Bammers Vam Bam? 22 months? Oh, dude, I missed out between being snowed in and, throwing up or dry heaving in a bucket. So, anyway, yeah, I haven't had time to look into Phil, and of course the craziest shit happened. Ooh, you have a kid.
What do you mean? What do you mean you didn't have time to look into Phil? Quiet Rider, thanks for the $2. There is no reviews on tech in the USA. There will not. No reviewing tech in the USA. He's never gonna bring that gimmick back. He really should have abandoned it. See, what Rich should have did is that early on, when he realized, you know what, I actually don't want to review tech in the USA for most of my content. I just want to talk about random shit. He should have rebranded right from then. He should have did the Rich Tomorrow switch like over a decade ago, and he would have been fine, right? Because then I wouldn't be able to make the joke about how he never reviews tech in the USA. But he didn't do that, right? So it stuck. And now he's just stuck with it. But no, hold on. What does he mean I couldn't check up on Phil? Bro, just watch his stream. Just watch a detractor restreaming. Shit, you're bedridden. You're so sick. You can't do anything. You might as well just fucking turn on some random detractor and listen to them restream Phil for you. It'd be super easy to check in on what Phil is doing. Shit, just fucking watch The Casino. His audience is a cult. They call him Bird Father. Some of the dumbest people I've seen in my lifetime. True. Thank you, 32 Fret, for the $5. These people are exceptional. But who else? Who else would like voluntarily watch this dude for years?
Knee sewn within the asses? Oof, those are brutal.
We would
dude.
ice our golden buns all night.
At Philip Albernell donated $4.99 through Super Chat.
Oh yeah, I
Tell
guess
the
I
chat
am
to
your
stop
wife.
saying
Anyway.
my wife went missing. You're on stream right now.
Oh, he's not just their father, he's their wife too.
Keemsler,
Boards.
4 months, birds, thank you. I like your thumbnail, by the way. You know, so when I really genuinely thought, and that was by design, and fuck the people who put me in that situation. Okay, I'm not saying, look, I was the one who chose to do what I did, and I was a grown ass man, but
I was a grown ass man, but what is there? What excuse could you possibly come up with for voluntarily doing the things you did leading up to your channel's destruction?
really thought I was done. I thought there was no way I could have come back from that. Hindsight being 2020 and not like catastrophizing everything.
Man, firing Jay was such a fucking Jay really was his handler. Jay was Rich's tard wrangler. I think I've said this before, where it's like the thing about LolCow Live is that you got Keemstar, who's like the leader of this carny, right? Leader of this carnival, and he wrangles all the other carny LolCow tards underneath them so they can all make money off of people mocking them, right? And what it was is that Rich's and Jay's dynamic was kind of like that, but even though Jay was the tard wrangler, he wasn't the guy in charge. And that made his job way more difficult than Keemstar, because whereas Keemstar can just tell Boogie or whoever, hey, shut the fuck up and put on this costume, take off your shirt, jiggle your man titties, go make some fucking content so we can get paid, nigga. Jay can't do that. Jay had to continually talk Rich off of bridges. And after he got fired, right, I'm starting to think, I have this theory that it was never even about money. That money was like a secondary reason for why Rich fired Jay. That the main reason he fired Jay was that he didn't want Jay to be able to talk him off of bridges. He wanted to finally just fly. He wanted to fly off that building, fly off that bridge and just be done with it and stop Jay from telling him, no, that's fucking stupid. You have a 1 million sub channel. You have the easiest job in the world. Literally, bro, just read these 5-6 articles I sent you and we can make some easy money, bro. Stop. And he was tired of Jay trying to encourage him to do the easiest job on earth. So he fired him. And then within a year of firing Jay, his channel no longer exists. And now, a year after getting rid of his channel, he's like, man, I really shouldn't have done that. See what happens when you take your tart wrangler away from your LolCow?
I don't know if I could have rebut.
Sneedburger Syndrome, thanks for the €5. £5? £5. Suffer, dickus. Yakass, thanks for the $2. All the birds jokes are retarded. Ram humor. Yeah.
Brought back review tech.
That was Jay's idea, by the way. You know, Jay's kind of generous where he'll say some shit was like, we came up with that together. I really think that a lot of it was due to Jay because like he hasn't come up with anything new since then.
USA on
all of his bits are shit that he was doing back in like 2018, 2019. He hasn't come up with anything new in over 5, 6, 7 years, dude.
Channel, but there was no reason I couldn't have kept it and put stuff up on there. And it was fun.
What is he admitting there?
Brought back ReviewTechUSA.
Even the Trump derangement syndrome shit is like fucking 2020 shit. No, it's before that, actually. It's like 2017, 2018. Nothing about Rich is new or fresh. Yakass, thanks for another $5. Even if Rich grew wings, He'd be far too fat to fly.
on that channel, but there was no reason I couldn't have kept it and put stuff up on there.
Thank
and
you.
It was funny. I was at a store.
Thank you for finally admitting that. And, you know, thank you for giving all of those fucking... Thank you for giving all of these ReviewTechUSA archive channels. All these, look at this, ReviewTechUSA archive, ReviewTechUSA archived, Review Vault USA. Thank you for giving all of these dudes like easy passive income from just re-uploading your content, right? 2,000 videos. Okay, we go over here. Oh, 49 videos. Okay, he hasn't uploaded that many. This guy might actually be a ReviewTechUSA fan who is just uploading a couple videos. But oh,
This
Review
video
Vault
is-
USA, 1.1K videos, right? All right. And even if he just gets a couple hundred views per videos, that starts to add up over time. And Rich can't get any of that anymore because he got spooked. It just deleted his channel for no reason.
The other day, and this guy came in. He's like, "Oh my god, the people behind the counter were freaking out because they know you, they love your stuff, and they still watch you. And they used to watch you on ReviewTechUSA." I'm like, "Ray for years," and I was like, "What did I do?" And
So what did I do? Maybe he really does. Maybe Rich really does have BPD because this sounds very BP. This sounds like the type of shit I've known women. Unfortunately, I've known women who they've had a similar reaction after they've done something like histrionic, and they realize afterwards that they go, "What did I do?"
Thinking about it for months. Yeah, I mean, I'm basically doing the same shit here anyway. It's not like I'm doing. And Rich, what happens when you talk about politics? Talked about politics on ReviewTechUSA.
Not to the extent that you do on your current channel. You did not talk to. You tried every time back in the day when Rich would try and talk about politics. His audience would immediately tell him, "No, we don't want that type of content, Rich. We want you to put the gaming articles in the bag. We want you to put the DK Oldies videos in the bag, Rich. That's what we want. We don't care. I have a guy for that." Right? Here's the thing. Here's what Rich doesn't understand about fucking trying to get into political commentary in late 2025. Everybody else has a guy for that. All the lefties, all the righties, they all have some fucking online culture warrior, political pundit, talking head guy that they go to for their political commentary slop. They don't need you to. People who are smarter than you, people who actually read books and shit about politics, people who talk about politics at something like above a surface level, they got guys for that. And they don't need you to do it too. Just put the gaming article videos in the bag, Rich.
So.
Gigatod Howard. Gigatod Skyrim #1. Thanks for the $2. Things that never happened for 500. LG Panthers 1, thanks for the $5. He did nothing wrong. He did everything correct. Yeah, this basically is one of those videos, ain't it?
You know.
I mean, I guess it is better than Phil because Phil would never make a video or a stream where he would just admit that he spent an entire year, well, an entire 2 years really, being retarded. He would never have that level of self-awareness. Now, there's still a lot of lacking self-awareness in this video we're watching, but this is a tier or two above what Phil would do.
There we are. Wish I could sound more enthused about it right now. Yeah, I regret giving him my play button, though.
Oh, that was that must have hurt. You know, that actually did hurt him. He used to say, back when it happened, back when Keemstar posted that selfie of him with Rich's million subscriber play button and shit. He did it last year, actually. Literally last year, when was the time when Keemstar posted I got my Christmas gift early this year, right? He posted it right around Christmas, like a few days removed from what this video right now, right? He had the million subscriber play button up, and Rich was like, "Oh, I don't give a fuck, man. I would piss on that. I would shit on it. I throw that shit in the trash." You know that actually hurt him. You know that actually did like do something to him. That he had to give Keemstar something that he had genuinely spent years of his life working towards. He gave his legacy away. That subscriber button, that million subscriber play button that he gave Keemstar was the last remnants of Rich's legacy, right? It was the last evidence, the last proof that it ever existed, and he just gave it to Keemstar so Keemstar could like fucking hire him on to some second stream lolcow live show and then fire him just a couple weeks later.
But nothing violent or nothing illegal. He's going to regret putting me in that situation.
Oh, really? What could you possibly... hold up. A warm toilet seat, thanks for the $5. Even if Rich didn't delete his channel, he would find something else to complain about. Just put the bing bings in a bag, old man. It's all we wanted. LMAO. True. Malgus87, thanks for the $2. He will literally do anything but be a father. But yeah, like, Rich, how are you going to make Keemstar pay, right? Like, nothing violent or whatever, as if you could ever, like, commit anybody. Man, I don't give a fuck how big this dude, I don't care how much of a weight advantage Rich has over anybody. I can't see him threatening anyone. And it's like, how are you going to make Keemstar pay? Obviously, you can't take him to you can't, like, do any legal shit. You threatened to do legal shit to Keem after, like, he started talking about, he brought that one bitch on to talk about your Dickers Jr., right? You threatened to sue him over that, and you stopped, and you didn't do it, probably because you knew you wouldn't be able to afford the legal fees. You wouldn't be able to afford taking a millionaire to court when you're barely, like, 10,000-aire, right? You can't, you're going to make some content? You're going to make a documentary exposing Keemstar? Like, how are you going to get back at him, dude?
I'm just going to say that and not say anything else. And it'll be at a time of my choosing. Anyway.
Oh, okay. Dude thinks he's a mastermind. He really does think he's like a mafia boss at times, Rich. He's still under this delusion that he's like this brilliant Machiavellian, right? Like we might actually watch that one day. We might go through all of the times that Rich has bumped heads with Keemstar over the years. Rich has never once won any battle he's ever had with Keemstar ever. Every single time that Keemstar and ReviewTechUSA have thrown digital hands with each other, Rich came out looking worse. Literally every time. Keem has taken some bad L's over the years. He's always walked away with a W whenever he had to deal with Rich.
We would ice our golden buns all night.
Abadog473 donated 50 Swedish krona.
I am a woman in disguise.
He's a woman in disguise.
When Andreas is here, you know that you're going to be getting some strange super.
Gigatod Skyrim #1, thanks for the $2. He's gonna eat Keem's eyes. Suffer, gnome. Oh yeah, he's gonna eat him. That's what the plan is. He's just gonna sneak attack. He's gonna ambush Keemstar. It's not gonna be violent, right? He's just gonna take Keem and he's just gonna put him in his mouth. Like he's just gonna shove him down there, and he's gonna take him beard first, and then he's just gonna shove him down his throat, right down to his shoes, right? No, he's not gonna eat his shoes. He's gonna take the shoe. He's gonna spit the shoes out because he can't digest those as well.
Super chats, and I am perfectly. And Austin Norris, and Andreas. You know, weirdness is going to ensue.
Whoa. ReviewTechUSA lives.
Why would you say when you went and worked for him after? Because
very good questions. Very good questions in chat. Sometimes I wonder. Well, I don't wonder. I know this for a fact. I know for a fact that there are RTU detractors in chat who occasionally poke and prod, right? And what you have to learn, right, is a lot of RTU detractors used to be, I say used to be, like they're fucking retired. They still are dark side field attractors. So they do a lot of the techniques and tactics they've learned with Phil on Rich. So they come into his chat and play pretend like they're his fans so they can ask him questions that will get him to do or say certain things that are entertaining for us and things he probably shouldn't be sharing.
When I was discussing doing that, it was like it was spilled milk and move on. But in the end, you know what, with that, even though I should have just fucking not did it, that was more of his...
What type of excuse is that, bro? What type of excuse is that?
And move on. But in the end, you know what, with that, even though I should have just fucking not did it, that was more of his fucking game. When he realized that Jay and I were actually going to make a normal show and we weren't just going to fucking sit on...
He's still convinced that Jay wasn't in on it, that Jay wasn't part of the ploy, right? Like, bro, Jay was plotting against you. Jay was an op during your time in the LOLCal universe, right? Jay was getting some get back against you. I don't know why he decided to be friends with you. Well, I know why. It's because Jay's kind of a weak guy, this is why he was like, he's been Rich's sidekick for over 15 years, is because Jay is, he's a very weak. There are strong Canadians. There are. Jay ain't one of them, right? So I understand why he came back. Jay was not your friend during your time at LOLCal, though, Rich. It wasn't.
Keemstar's cock and spin. He didn't want anything to do with us.
Honestly, here's the thing. I feel like if Rich was more hostile, if he acted to Jay like he acted to Jay all throughout 2024, and they started bickering and fighting and shit flinging, and there was always this tension between the two on the show, Keemstar might have kept it going, and they might have ended up actually having something, right? LOLCal Tech Talk might have actually had gone somewhere. Like, they were talking about tech, and they were talking about games while also like fighting and dissing each other constantly. That could have been an interesting dynamic. That could have been an interesting show. But Rich didn't do that. Rich came and he became the most boring character. Like, Keemstar has kicked off some bums. Rich is one of the biggest ones.
You notice that? Like, once he realized that Jay and I...
Grave Memories, thanks for the $2. He is the New Yorker Porker.
We're not just going to be like his errand boys, like all these other Discord mods, like Scooter and everyone else, where like they're beholden to him. It was done.
You were kind of beholden to him. You actually did. Rich pretends like he didn't come to Keemstar with fucking hat in hand, just shaking a cup, just praying for Daddy Keem to throw him some coins so he could pay off his mortgage or whatever. Like, that's exactly what was going on. You're not like David Jaffe. David Jaffe, for as much as we make fun of him, David Jaffe actually does have money. David Jaffe actually has accomplished things in life. He created Twisted Metal. He created God of War, right? So when he was doing his shit and he was blowing up his show that he had under Keemstar, that's an example of somebody who wasn't beholden to Keem and didn't care about him getting fired. You actually did care, Rich. You actually did need that money. Oh, shit. That dead air, bro. Like,
I used to like Joe Rogan.
And he wonders why he got fired.
Yeah, there will be action.
You can't even, like, he doesn't even put the chat. He doesn't put the chat on the screen, so we can't even see what he's looking at. We can't even see what he's responding to.
So is the stream for Bloodborne? Yeah, I actually still have the scheduled stream. I just privated it. I don't want to say, oh, it's going to be tomorrow. It will be very soon. It will probably be within the next...
Stop promising your streams, dude. Just say, it's going to be soon, guys. I swear, I'll make this up to you. It's going to be soon. I'm going to do the stream. I might do an extra stream just for you guys. It won't even be about donations or anything. Just say something like that. But stop giving exact dates, right? When you know that you are the way you are.
Like 3 to 5 days. And I'll probably be streaming beforehand. I just don't want to say I'm going to do... Like, what happens if Like if I right now, 4 hours from now, have a shit spree, I could have the shit spree. Guys, I gotta go. I'm shitting my brains out. You know, what bothers me about Keemstar, he did the whole thing with making me see, like, all the stuff he did with character assassination. The person he did it with, Becky, was a complete liar. He duped some woman into thinking.
What was the character assassin? How was the character assassination if all of it was true, right? Like, Becky came on your stream. You guys literally had a whole argument about it. It's like fucking blood sports. He had a blood sports with Becky Boop, and somehow Becky won. He had a blood sport. He had blood sports with like 4 or 5 people in a week, and he went 5-0 with Becky Boop, with Jay, with Keemstar, with Tipster, right? Who was the other person? I'm actually forgetting somebody. He went 5-0 that week. Who else did he go 5-0? Oh no, I remember. I counted one of them twice. Oh yeah, I counted the Keemstar one as 2 because I counted the extra one for the fact that the reason why his dick got out there is because he sent it to a woman and that was his fault. So I counted that. So no, yeah, he went 4-0 against like 4 other E-celebs in a week, and almost all of them were bums. And he was also ducking Darkside Phil, right? He was ducking Phil because Phil was still cool, quote unquote, with the casino, and he was afraid of that smoke. He was afraid that, oh, what if I get on the stream with Phil and he fucking sends Worski and PPP after me? What am I gonna, which is what was happening. He was afraid. He was legitimately afraid of Phil when Phil was arguably like at his peak during the Kino Casino arc, right?
Thinking that I put out.
So you admitted during that stream with Becky Boop that all the things she said was true. There was literally no character assassination.
Revenge porn
But
on
I
her.
saw golden buns all night.
At Badog470,
I do have, you know what, the breasts are still here for you.
Chat. You have breasts that is evidence you was a woman.
Thank you, Andreas. That is.
Hold on, let me see something real quick. Does he take his shirt off? Okay, he doesn't take his shirt off in this. Thank God.
That the breast.
Gigatod Skyroom #1. Thanks for the $2. Your entertainment, sir. Yeah.
Are
Dead Air Dickers. Some things never change.
Oh my God. So that's why I'm like, no, I have to make the call that I'm not going to do. And I waited.
No, I don't. I really don't understand why he blames the revenge porn thing on Keemstar. I don't understand, right? I guess because he doesn't want to blame the girl. He doesn't want to blame the girl for putting it out there, even though that was 100% her fault. He says that Keemstar convinced her. No, she did it. She did it. She said that she did it, right? Like, it wasn't Keemstar at all, right? It was just, it had nothing to do. I don't know, maybe he still wants to sleep with her. Maybe that's why. Maybe he still wants to sex that girl. He wants to send her more dick pics and dick vids and shit like that. Maybe that's what he wants to do. But no, it had nothing to do with Keemstar.
Wrong choice, but I waited until, because I'm like, maybe I'll wake up. Like I said, you guys know stomach bugs. You could wake up the fucking next day and be fine. I mean, I feel, but this is how I felt yesterday, where I woke up like, oh, well, no, I didn't wake up farting my brains out. That's a good sign. Dude, it was like nuclear farts yesterday. Like, I woke up and it was just like one fart on top of another fart on top of another fart.
Maybe you just had, Jesus Christ, dude. Come on. Let me count the seconds real quick.
I woke up and it was just like one fart on top of another fart on top of another fart.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, come on, dude. Come on, dude. Oh my God, bro. Dead air followed by, at least he leaned back. At least he didn't lean into the mic and do it this time. Holy shit.
Biffy, I see what you're saying. You know what the difference with Jay was, though? Keemstar's
it's actually getting funny now, right? It's like, I don't understand how people can listen to this. I don't understand how this is some people's content unironically, right? Like, we all ironically enjoy Review Tech USA, or like we enjoy him from laughing at him, not with him, perspective, like we do with guys like Phil or whatever, or any lolcow. But there are people who, like, they unironically laugh with Rich. They think that this nigga is hilarious, and I don't understand it. I can't comprehend their brains. Like,
with me, I'm trying to think of the best way to word it. Was always nefarious. He always had a bone to pick with me. Whereas, yeah, Jay did some shit that was shitty. He's not gonna, but that was a one-off. Jay never did shit like that to me before. And
I mean, he accused you. You see, in my video, I made sure to point out that these were allegations, right? But he did, like, kind of allude to the fact that you were committing federal crimes against him, that you were stealing money out of his bank and shit, right? Like, he kind of was alluding to shit like that, right? He was saying that you did that thing, right?
I forgave him for it because I know.
Like, Rich, here's the thing. Honestly, like, Jay said worse shit about Rich in that era, like, over the last 2 years, than Keemstar has ever said. For real. Like, Keemstar has, like, barely said anything about Rich. And whenever he has said some shit about Rich, it's always been in reaction to something that Rich did or said first.
It was out of character for him, whereas Keemstar is just a proven piece of shit. And then, like, with the crypto scamming, there's something else that he did recently. I'm like, you're going to be a moral arbiter with other people, and you do. I never scam people out of hundreds of thousands telling them to go for some fucking. So basically, like,
he has to check himself, right? He was about to say, I never scam people. Then he was like, I've never scammed people out of hundreds of thousands of dollars. He can't say I've never scammed, because literally he has provably scammed people multiple times. Technically, every time he says he's going to do a membership stream, and he ends up getting all the money from the previous stream so he can do the membership stream, and then he ends up not doing the membership stream, or he ends up doing it and ending it early. Technically, those are scams, right? Because if Phil was doing those, Rich would call those scams. So technically, those are scams. But he has, like, legitimately, like, done things where he was going to give somebody money and then not give them money, like he did with Big Cheese, right? Like, he has done actual scams.
It was at Safe Moon. He told everyone to buy, which benefited him, and he pulled out. He's a rug puller. He's a fucking scam artist.
That is some hoe shit. If that's true, rug pullers are some of the hoest niggas on earth.
So there is this situation. I see people bring that up with Jay, and not that I ignore it, but I'm like, that's why I let it go.
Yes, Big Cheese did unironically win. Big Cheese, he, like, works for T-Pain's streaming network or whatever, his entertainment network now, right? Like, he actually works for a millionaire, right? Like, so, yeah, Big Cheese did win. You look at Big Cheese life, and now you look back at Rich's. Who do you think came off better in the end?
With Jay. Because I know that
this is what he gets. This is the consequence for trying to fucking cheat Big Cheese out of that $200, right? Right? If you would have gave Big Cheese that money, you would have gave Big Cheese that cheddar, all of this could have been prevented, Rich, right? Like, you threw yourself down the worst timeline, all because you decided to not give a hard-working black man his money because you hate niggas.
That's not what he does. Like, if Jay did shit like that to me numerous times, I'm like, nah, man. You're like, no. Does that make sense?
He sort of kind of is. Again, Rich was Jay was snaking Rich during the LOLCOW live arc, right? So he was hoeing him. And I feel like snaking somebody like that, going behind somebody's back like that while you're pretending to be their friend, I do think that's actually, again, more egregious than anything that Keemstar has done to Rich, really, right? So,
does that make sense?
The truth is that he just wants Jay around because Jay is his only friend, And it took him a while. It took him firing Jay and then like ruining their relationship and then destroying his internet career for him to finally realize that Jay was his only friend and one of the main reasons he was ever successful in the first place, right? That's basically what it took.
And then look at, well, yeah, the fatty coin. No, it wasn't the fatty coin. Keemstar wasn't, as far as I know, wasn't financially involved in that. I have nudes of Bill Gates in my Dropbox.
Yeah, rug pullers are hoes, but if you're still buying shit coins, right? You're still buying shit coins. We're about to come up on big 2026. You kind of deserve to lose the money. I don't know what you're talking. Fucking the president of the United States rug pulled niggas. And you guys are still out here buying like eat my ass coin thinking you're gonna be crypto millionaires. Come the fuck on, dude. You deserve to lose your money. Yakass, thanks for the $10. I used to watch Rich after school in the 8th grade, thinking it was real tech news. I never thought much on his fake dating stories at the time. But now as an adult, that shit is so embarrassing. Oh yeah, the dating stories that Rich used to tell are just like, it reads like they come off like somebody who's just repeating what they saw in a sitcom, right? Or like he's repeating some shit that Lauren told him based on the soap operas she used to watch or something like that.
Hard.
Like Richard made it seem like he was an Italian stallion just slanging dick. It was like, bro, you were fatter and uglier back. He used to look like this, right? Like Rich is arguably slightly less hideous now than he used to be back in the day. He looks way older. He looks way older than he actually is. He doesn't look fucking early 40s. He looks 60. But, you know, he used to be fatter. He used to be even more slovenly, right? It was like this dude was apparently just fucking nonstop, right? There's a reason why you're still with Lauren, right? And even then, you won't make her an honest woman out of her. You won't make her your wife. There's a reason she's still the best you can do, Rich.
Listen, have ads be triggered by things that you were saying. So there, Biffy, I feel like I've seen it said before. Like, all right, let me explain that because I get it and I get why people bring that up. That's not in character for Jay. And, you know, me and him are normal again. Like it.
I straight up disagree with this, by the way, because I remember during the, no, it wasn't the, what am I thinking? Does It Play? I remember during the Does It Play arc where Rich got very ass blasted and told because the player, the Does It Play guys were calling him a liar, which they weren't really. They were just saying, hey, you're wrong. There actually are some games that are still playable right out of the disc and you don't have to like download any additional content or do any updates or anything to get them to play, right? And he challenged them. He said, if I'll do it, I'll give you $1,000. If you do it, prove me wrong. Prove that I'm not a liar, and I'll give you $1,000. And they immediately proved that he was wrong, and he had to give them $1,000. And then Rich started, he started going out of his way to say he was tricked, he was bamboozled. Oh, that was they only got me on a technical. Basically doing what he does with Keemstar, where he like tries to make himself look like a victim, and like he wasn't actually intending. For like it wasn't his fault that happened, and Jay was right there riding and dying for him, just putting down the Does It Play guys, trying to make it seem like they're grifters or lying or whatever, just to protect his boss's honor, right? So I don't believe that. I believe that Jay actually is more duplicitous and two-faced than he lets on. But again, it doesn't really do that much because he's a very weak man. He'll never be like little finger levels of Machiavellian because he just doesn't have the will for that, which is why he was under a guy like Richard Masucci for so long.
Never happened. That's why I forgave him for that. Whereas Keemstar, like, it's just what he does. He's a piece of shit. And
I wholeheartedly, and I'm tired of bringing it up. But yet,
the things that he's been saying about Charlie Kirk's widow basically disqualifies him from ever having any sort of moral standing ever again. He doesn't understand that though, because he still believes in all the conspiracy theories about how she was in on it or something like that, even though his main sources for this are retards like Kyle Kalansky and Candace Owens, just fucking schizo grifters, right? Those are his sources for Erica Kirk just being in on her husband's assassination.
At the same time, it's
all night.
At Gary Oak 8247 donated $4.99 through Super Chat. Rich, did you say you're bringing back RTUUSA? Crying face emoji.
yeah, exactly.
Look, even the people in the chat can't believe it. Like, Rich, wait, you're bringing back Review Tech U? But Rich, you spent like all of the last year telling us that it was good that you deleted Review Tech USA, that was a good thing, that you didn't need it, that it was holding you back, that you regret that it was embarrassing you, right? They're confused. They don't know what to believe. Is my E-Daddy lying to me? Is my E-Daddy, is he confused? No, your E-Daddy is just a dumb lolcow. I'm sorry.
There we go. That was, yes, I'll get to that 1 second, Gary. I'm not blowing past your super chat. My apologies. Jay felt aggrieved. Keem exploited the situation to bury you. There we go. There we go. And I was stupid fucking enough to let it work. Never again.
Because you don't learn. You got that he's got that gene. He's got that same there are different strands of lolcow. Like, not every lolcow comes from the same. It's like you see blonde people, right? There are blonde, we know vast majority of blonde people on Earth, they're of European descent, but there are certain people, certain tribes in like Oceania, like they're this Melanesian tribe who they naturally have blonde hair, right? But it's a completely different strand. And just like with being a lolcow, you can have different strands of lolcowdom. Rich's strand of lolcowdom it's not the same as Phil's, but it looks very identical. And just like Phil, he has a hard time with learning lessons. So him saying, you can't fool me once, shame on me, fool me twice, can't be fooled again. No, I think you are. I think that I think 2026 is going to be a very painful year for you, Rich, and it's mostly going to be your fault.
So, and I really did. The only thing I'll defend myself with is, I really genuinely thought the walls closed in on Review Tech USA, and I was fucking done.
Like, how can you?
So,
you had 1 million subscribers, bro. You were still getting like tens of thousands of views, right? Like, it was bad, but it wasn't apocalyptically bad, right? You weren't somebody, you were getting some passive income, bro. Like, it could have been. This is why like you have to say that it had to be that he was just botting. Because why else would he fucking, let me show you a channel. This is a quartering second channel, Jeremy Hambley. Now, it didn't used to be called Jeremy Hambley. It used to be called Midwestly, I think it was. He changed it to Jeremy Hambley because the Kino Casino, they've been talking about him a lot. And apparently their clips have been outperforming him in the algorithm. So he changed his channel's name to Jeremy Hambley. So that way, when you search Jeremy Hambley, he will still show up. And now let's look at the views. And okay, we got 153K. That's pretty good. 25K. 17K, 30K, 41K, 37K. These are great views. But you know what? Hold up. This is the secondary channel. Let's go to the main channel. Let's go to the quartering. Surely the quartering is going to be way better. I mean,
Alex,
Jeremy gets hundreds of thousands of views, right? So he should be bringing in like, I don't know, 400, 500,000 views. And okay, 1K, that was literally just 6 minutes ago. Okay, let's go a few days ago. Okay. 70K, 175K. Okay. 40K, 40K, 43K, 43. Okay, these are actually not that good for a million sub channel. Quartering legit used to get like 200K bare minimum on every piece of slop he used to produce. And now he struggles to do that, right? 176K. Okay, we got another 156K over here. This one couldn't even break 100K. A lot of these aren't even breaking 80K. Oh, this isn't good quartering, bros. You know, Jeremy said that like his last few months on YouTube have been his worst ever since like his channel started popping off. Like since like 2018, when he really started shooting through the moon, right? Like Sargon and the Skeptics in late 2017, they gave him that Skeptic stimulus package, and they helped his channel really grow off the magic drama shit, and he started slopping it up, right? Apparently, he's been doing as bad as he's been doing since his channel first started growing. It's not good. And this is basically the place where Rich was back in the day. And somehow the quartering still hasn't thrown in the towel. And his overhead, Jeremy's overhead, is way higher, way heavier than Rich's is, right? Like this dude is he has so much money in the hole. His coffee company alone, over 300K. He spent like damn near $1 million. He's wasted like damn near $1 million in all of his failed businesses. He spends tens of thousands of money on his staff every fucking day. All this shit, and he still hasn't thrown in the towel. So there's no excuse for Rich, who also had over 1 million subs, right? And he was getting views like this, to have gotten rid of his channel, to have just given up. There's no reason for him to have done that, right? Like even if we just go with the fact, what I believe is that he was botting. There was no need for him to have been botting in the first place. It wasn't that bad. But see, it's actually very weird that he believes in Tech 25 ASMR like he does, because he has no other faith in anything else in his life. He gives up so easy, except for the ASMR channel. That's the only thing where he like holds strong to. And I don't understand. There was no need for you to have given up on your 1 million+ sub channel. Vast majority of people who like actively try and make a career off YouTube won't even crack 100K, let alone 1 million, and you just threw it away. Fucking retard, dude. Dude is so dumb. He's so dumb.
He almost let Tiger King come on LolCow, Keemstar.
Oh, hold up. Nah, Mikey, he's gonna be the next Dr. Dre, bro. His rap production career, he believed in two things. He believed in his rap producer career and his tech ASMR channel more than he believed in his 1 million subscriber channel. What it was is that he just didn't want to do it. He just got tired of doing the easiest job in the world, reading articles other people wrote for a living for an easy paycheck. He got tired of that. Right? And he thought that he was ready to evolve, even though he had developed no skills in the over a decade he had spent not working a regular job, right? And, he thought he could just move on, and he was wrong. So he's literally back to square one and having to start pretty much from scratch.
Why is 8-Bit Eric gonna have a field day with this one? Let him have a
We
field
would
day.
ice our golden buns all night.
Yeah, oh god, dude, I have been so out of the loop.
99.
Kyle Kalinske gets 100K on 2.2 million. Yeah, see, it's like, you know, a lot of these dudes, a lot of these slop tubers, right? Just getting 100K is enough, honestly. If you post a bunch of videos in a day, just getting 100K in a month is enough. Because look, if you get like 50 to 100K on multiple videos in a month, that adds up to like 1 million views, like 500,000 views or something in a month, and that's all you really need.
Pence through Super Chat. Did you see Trump's vile post about Rob Reiner's death? Even MAGA thinks it went too far.
We would ice our golden buns all night.
Grave Memories, thanks for the $2. He's on record saying ASMR saved. Oh, oh my God, I forgot about that. Yeah, he did say that, didn't he? Okay. Okay. Yeah, he has like, there's like an actual spiritual connection he has with ASMR content. He really loves it. It's his thing. It's beyond a fetish. It like means something to him.
Yeah, I'll explain in 1 second.
Maniac donated €5 through Super Chat. In bringing back ReviewTechUSA man. Bro literally whipped his save file and wants a replay now. Love you, Rich, but my God, you are a man with an ass.
Yeah, dude, I'm not going to go into more detail.
Rich's chat is actually, they can be funny when they're making fun of him, but they don't do it enough. They go with his end jokes and they pretend like he's funny. When they're making fun of him, they can be kind of funny.
Details, because I don't want to, but all I can say is at the time.
That's actually a pretty funny frame. Hold up.
Yeah, dude, I'm not going to go into more details because I don't want to, but.
Look at this frame. Oh, hold up. I'm saving that. That's going to be a thumbnail for a video.
All I could say is at the time, I felt like I had no other choice. Was it the wrong mindset? Yeah, of course. But I will say, I was like, yeah, I really did at the time feel like it was the best choice. And it wasn't.
Yeah, it was botting. It was the botting. And here's what it probably was. It probably was somebody else was botting him and his dumbass, like he didn't do. See, that's the worst case scenario. Because if he was botting, if Rich was the one who was botting, well, at least that shows that he had, like, he put some initiative and he just, like, hoped he could get away with it until his channel could bounce back organically before Google noticed. But if somebody else botted him, right? And, like, he just, like, oh, no. Well, I guess I'm fucked. I guess I can't use my channel anymore. Well, you know, that's just you being dumb, dude. Even DSP has somebody botting his shit, and he was able to, like, do something about it. You're dumber than DSP in this situation, Rich.
Even when I was telling myself that when I made the video on this channel.
I think Rich is like 43 or something.
And yeah, it is what it is, man. You know, lessons learned. Yes, I'm pregnant with birds. I'm pregnant with birds. All right, so who has something about what's going on with Phil?
Of course. Now, okay, I explained my bullshit excuse for why I didn't stream. And also, I just admitted that I was a retard for getting rid of my million sub channel. Let's talk about Phil.
Watch for a little bit. Not how sure.
It's Phil time.
How long I'm staying, because I'm still
Like, is he really going to? Is he really about to turn on Phil? Oh my God, bro. Half of this video is just him looking at Phil shit. Okay. We'll watch up to that, and then we'll leave and we'll go and we'll watch this video over here. We're not gonna watch Rich watch Phil. We're not gonna do that.
There's a help I see. What is the help?
Bro, just like, come on, man. He has to understand. He's got a weird way of typing too. Like, look at his way.
Yeah, this channel is doing pretty good. I mean, like that new video I just put up.
That's a weird way to type. That's a weird way to type. Hold on. Let me, I'm gonna slow it down. Let's watch it in slow-mo. Look at his hands. Watch his hands, chat. Watch his hands. Like, look at that. It's like how an old lady. That's like how an old woman would type. An old woman who's not, like, used to touching a computer. That's how she would type. Does he really have to look at the keys? Bro, How long have you been doing this? How long have you been talking about tech? How long have you been streaming? And you still gotta look at the keys? You still gotta look down at the keys while you're typing? Okay, let me put it back to normal speed.
Up is doing 54% above average viewership. And I gained 100 new subs from it.
Wait, what? What?
Average viewership. New video I just put up. Yeah, this channel is doing pretty good. I mean, that new video I just put up is doing 54% above average viewership.
Let's see. What this one? Is this what he was talking about? Is he talking about Tech 25 ASMR? I wish I could know. I wish he would have put up the chat so we could actually see.
And I gained 100 new subs from it. So, DSP.
Is he talking about Tech 25 ASMR? So what is this video right here? Right? This, like, no. Hold on. Is it the shorts? Like, what is he talking about? So this was doing above average? Like, what is he talking about?
Then his wife potentially drowning. What the fuck did I miss? I'm going to change the screen. Don't worry. Kino Casino react to Fat Cat navigating the flood.
Why is Kino Casino like part of Rich's recommendations, right? How much does he watch Kino Casino? Like, he's an if the Kino Casino didn't make fun of Rich, he would unironically be a big fan of them, right? Because he likes to watch their fill content. He just doesn't like it when they talk about him.
What? So...
Oh, okay, I forgot. I forgot that Rich hate watches. I forgot that he watches people who hates him. Like, he does do that. He likes to say, I won't watch stuff that riles me up. But he does do that, which is why it's weird why he's so afraid to watch my documentary. Like, what do you mean? You already watched the documentary on you by fucking June. What's going to be so much worse than watching mine? You already watched Kino Casino clips, bro. Like, what's so much worse than watching my content? Malgus87, thanks for the $2. This guy acts tough but calls the cops. See, oh yeah, never forget. Rich did call the cops on a little girl.
Talked about Cat is not there.
And also, you know, now that we've seen it, right? We saw it before. Ruby beat Grace's ass and Grace had to run away from her. So not only did he call the cops on a little girl, we now know that objectively, Grace cannot fight. And she is not a danger to anybody. There was literally no reason for Rich to call the cops or buy a gun or do any of that crazy shit. It was never that serious.
We would ice our golden bonds all night.
No, I didn't. Are you kidding, Toyota? Why is it not reading it?
Why don't you read it out for us?
There was Cat with water.
Why don't you read it out for us? Why doesn't he just why doesn't he read out? See, I will read out. I will, even if it isn't a super chat, sometimes I'll still read out what you guys will say in the chat, just so people who are just listening and they aren't looking at the chat on the screen will know what it is I'm responding to. So they'll know the context. But Rich, he doesn't even put his chat on screen. So like, I don't even know, like, what are you responding to, bro?
I got that one.
He didn't even, there's not even any chat. Wait, hold on. Oh, there is. Never mind.
DSP and recorded.
He still should have put it on screen.
At Tony Tacoma Web donated $4.99 through Super Chat. Hear about the eye-power toy stuffed animals that were telling kids how to sharpen knives, find chemicals under the sink, and not to tell their parent.
Snort Burnell has the video. Okay.
Snort Burnell, that's another guy. Another guy who makes fun of Rich. Like there,
That's
I love how like Rich I love how Rich trying to look at any detractor content is like a minefield for him now. Cause so many of them also make fun of him.
No, I didn't.
Yo, Abe, thanks for the $2. What's up, bro? Dunking on the chunky. Oh, you know it, right? Like he posted this shit. He also posted another video over here that we're about to get into.
And this is why these fucking tech nerd oligarchs.
You would I saw golden bonds all night.
What you know about tech? What you know about tech, Richard? Like, what do you know? What do you know about technology?
At Confused Siren 56 donated £5 through Super Chat.
You aren't even qualified to talk about the tech oligarchs. You don't even know why they have a tech oligarchy. You don't even know. You're just repeating what somebody else told you.
Rich, what would you do if you got chased by a wild DSP that attempted to rip off your limbs?
I would shit right next to him, especially right now, to show my dominance, which he wouldn't want that game right now. So yeah,
there's somebody here. Hold up, you guys can't see it. You guys can't see the chat. Oh, let me show it to you. Let me turn off chat for a bit so you guys can see it. Look at this. Oh, check your email, Birdfather smiley face, bro. That shit is so embarrassing. Like, so don't you guys ever do that? Don't you guys ever give me no fruity ass nickname like Birdfather, Mikey Father, No More Daddy? Don't you ever do that shit. You might actually, I won't ban anybody. I might time a nigga out if you do that.
Night.
At Abu 824
I
donated
can't.
$5
It'll be
through
here.
Super Chat.
I don't think I can
When are
bring.
you
I
bringing
know I
RT
can't.
back? Still gonna have the old subscriber count? Still streaming on this channel?
This is going to be ReviewTechUSA.
At Nile Williams.
Can't bring that channel.
The dude is asking, hey, when are you going to bring the channel back? You said you're going to bring it back. You're still going to have the old subscriber count, right? Because he doesn't know. He doesn't know how it works, right? He doesn't know that, like, no, it's gone forever. Rich actually did try and get the channel back at one point, and YouTube was just like, no, sorry, it's gone. That channel is gone now. He is never ever going to have 1 million subs again. Honestly, I might end up reaching 100 subs on my current channel, 100,000 subs, I mean, on my current channel. Then Rich might end up reaching 100,000 on Rich tomorrow. Like, honestly, that might happen.
He donated £4.99 through Super Chat. On the topic, R.I.P. Rob.
Rich uploads and streams more often than me, but his metrics they're shit. I could, if I started putting out content more often, I could 100% reach 100K from where I'm at to where he is right now.
Briner. Such a fuck situation that his son apparently murdered him.
Yeah, they were having problems for a while. The son had mental health issues. It was an inch. It's
You would I saw golden
and
bonds
then
all night.
At Growing Up 15 donated $5 through Super Chat. Hey, remember me? I used
shit.
to mod this chat when it was Rich's stream. I miss your old channel. I have been watching you since before you went full time.
Holy shit! So you were watching me back in like 2011,
Wait,
2012.
what? How long has this dude been watching Rich?
Your stream. I miss your old channel. I have been watching you since before you went full time.
Holy shit! So you were watching.
That is ancient. Holy shit, bro. That's a guy who was watching Rich back when he was like actually reviewing tech. That's a dude that's an OG'er right there. It's crazy how that dude is still around. Right? You would think like that guy must have been around during all of the OG drama arcs he had with Player Essence and Big Cheese and Keemstar and the Blackbuster Critic, right? You would think that guy would know by now how Rich is, and he would have just like, but I guess not.
Watching me back in like 2011.
Maybe he used to watch Rich all the way back in the day, and like he took a 10-year hiatus from Rich, and he's just gotten back into his content right now.
2012. I'll add you as a mod here. Oh yeah, I'm still gonna do politics, 100%.
No, why, dude? Why are you doing? Hold on, let me see this. Let's look at the politics. Let's look at the political shit on this channel. Is it even doing good enough? Okay, so we got this, right? So Rich is getting back in the game. You know, he's doing a lot of shit about Xbox. You know, he's you know, we're about to watch this video, guys. He just put it up. The gaming industry just had its most catastrophic November. He's talking about, you know, RAM prices, the Steam machine, you know, all this shit, right? And he's getting, these are bad views. These are bad views for an over 70 K sub channel, right? Like these actually this makes the quartering look like a god. These views, like these are pretty terrible. Now here's the thing. He keeps saying, I'm going to talk about politics. Where are the politics, Rich? Where's all the political shit? And oh, he took it down. He took all the political shit down because he realized that it wasn't good for his brand, right? So imagine you're a ReviewTechUSA. You are a ReviewTechUSA fan. You go on one of his streams and you expect him to just be the funny fat man making bird jokes just like he does in his videos. And then you come onto his stream and it's political shit. It's political shit and it's fail jokes, right? It's like, dude, just make a separate channel. If you have that much faith in your political commentary, make a separate channel for it like you did with your ASMR content and just be done with it. And if people actually care about your political takes that much, it'll take off. But he doesn't do that because he knows nobody cares about his political takes, which is why it's fucked up that he subjects his audience to this stuff that nobody wants to watch.
Yeah.
Turbo Pikachu, thank you for the 199. I wasted 10 years watching RTU and left in 22. You get a sub. Thank you, brother. Thank you for helping me reach 100K before Rich does.
I did politics on ReviewTechUSA. I would argue I still did even more politics on ReviewTechUSA. That was also in a different time before everyone lost
It's
their
not
mind.
the same. You can say technically there was more political stuff on ReviewTechUSA, but it was way spaced out between content that people actually wanted to watch about gaming news, YouTube drama, funny stories and stuff like that, right? Like he very rarely got into political stuff. And when he did, he almost always it was always very divisive in his audience and he got shit for it.
But
that's why he didn't do it as often as he did over here.
So a DSP defeated by a children's game. You know there's a lot going on with DSP when Cat a lot arrived like DSP rage quitting Mario Galaxy.
Somebody in this chat was like, you know what channel name would be appropriate? Review Tomorrow USA, playing off the trope that you don't review stuff. Oh, see, his chat can be funny when he's the subject of the joke.
Meltdown about wings. We got that one. All right, let's see what's going on with Cat.
Now let's play the game.
That's actually a good idea, Redliner, and I'm gonna write maybe review tomorrow. That's why I'm not making like a formal YouTube video announcement yet. I'm gonna make sure.
Okay, so he says this, right? He just said.
That's why I'm not making like a formal YouTube video announcement yet.
ReviewTechUSA is back. I made a mistake. Here's my story. He can't help himself. He can't change the channel name. Rich Tomorrow is the first time he's ever named the channel something, and it was actually accurate. He Rich Tomorrows literally all the time. He can't help himself.
I'm going to make sure I have all the... I got that. Thank you. Oh, God. Ages ago, I had commentary over gameplay.
Oh, my God!
Oh, God. I used to talk so much because that's when I had faith in the Wii U than the Wii U actually happened.
All right, that's enough of that. Drewski 41716. Thank you for the $2. Hey, Magic Mike, don't do that. I'm not gonna time you out, but don't give me those type of nicknames. Don't do that. Yakass, thanks for the $5. Would you slam GT's chapter 3 KS if you left for 6 the next day? I would if I pulled up. If I pulled out. I'm sorry, what was that? Let me read that again. Would you slam GT's chapter 3 KS if you left for 6 the next day? I would if I pulled out. GT, do you mean Grand Theft Auto? Is that what you mean? I'm sorry, I don't really understand what you mean, dude. 32 Fret, thank you for the $10. It's seriously embarrassing how obsessed Rich is with Phil. He's 45, dude. He looks at these detractor videos with a serious face like his life depends on it. Can you imagine being a child to this? Yes, we pray for Rich's children. We pray for low tier guy's daughter. We pray for anybody who unfortunately is the child of a lolcow. We pray that they don't get caught up in that shit. You know, they aren't the unfortunate casualty of a dysfunctional ass human. We pray for that. Rich's obsession with Phil has always hold on. Lynn 1432, would you crack Grace Thorpe? Fuck no, nigga. Do I look like Lalo? You gotta have some standards, bro. You gotta have some. We're not. Oh, is that what you meant by GT? Did you mean Grace Thorpe? No, Yak. No, Yak ass. I would not. There are certain you learn after a certain time that no, sometimes they say some people would say itty pussy is good no. Sometimes you have to say no and keep certain women at a distance. No, sir. Zong Shina 2733, thanks for the $2. Daddy. You'll like her nicknames. Okay. So, Rich, that we're gonna move on to the next video. But before that, so we left this post by Written Liar got to me. This guy really got on stream for 40 minutes, said a bunch of excuses why he can't stream, commit to goal rewards, or follow a schedule he set, then ends the stream and goes back to gaming all day. Like, does he not know? Does he not know that we can see that he's all up on Steam all the time? See, this is why him selling his consoles was a mistake. See, if he had his consoles, if he still had a PS5, or he was like, you know, an Xbox or whatever, then we wouldn't be able to check in on if he's like gaming when he says that he's like sick or he can't stream, or I don't know, he's taking care of his kids, or all the stuff he says that he's doing. But then we see Grand Theft Auto 3. Oh, maybe you were talking about Grand Theft Auto 3. Yak ass. Would I play Grand Theft? No, I would actually handle my responsibilities as an adult first before doing that. Now we can get to this video, this bullshit video. He literally uploaded this like 5 minutes before I went live. So I'm going to be, it's like 35. Okay, we're some of the first guys to watch this video, guys. Let's hear what Rich has to say.
I just wanted some sauce on those zingers.
Oh wait, Hero Zero. Mikey, will you ever make a vid about DSP? Phil is one of those people. It's kind of like iDubbbz, where it's like, I like to only make videos about people that nobody has really talked about in depth, or I say something about them that I don't really see. Like, people have talked about Dark Viper before, the commentary guys especially, but nobody really made a timeline of his pattern of drama. Even British Runner's big, like 5-6 hour documentary series about him didn't really, I wanted to just make a concise little video about him. But Phil is one of those dudes where I literally can't think of a single thing to say about that guy that hasn't been said by literally everybody else on Earth. Same thing with Ian and Anissa Joma. I can't think of anything to say about the Jomas that anybody else can say. I can't even make like a big long documentary about iDubbbz. I actually considered that, but June just did it. So like, I don't know, like there's no angle I can take on somebody like Phil. He's one of the most explored lolcows. It's like making a documentary about Chris Chan in current years. Like, bro, there's like literally a giant documentary series that's like 80 parts long about Chris Chan. There's nothing left to say. It's just,
All right, so the title isn't clickbait.
I mean, I could just do it for money. I could just like make a documentary where I just copy and paste shit from the Kiwi farms and shit from other documentaries and make money, but I don't like doing it.
I'm just gonna kind of ramble here and not do any kind of
a doc on Andy Pants gaming. I actually do want to talk about like more gamer content creator related drama besides Dark Viper. I'll think about that.
Cuts or crazy edits. I'm just gonna have a stream of consciousness, whatever, pick the word that's right, and just kind of tell you what made me make this decision to bring back ReviewTechUSA. That's what I'm doing. Why I shut down the other channel, the real reasons that I realized were real and not just coping reasons. I thought that my previous video here, I told myself that that was the justified reasons that I did it, and I wasn't. I was just in denial, and it was a mistake.
Everything that we have been saying about Rich and to him for like a year has now been validated by Rich himself. Everything that the detractors have been saying about ReviewTechUSA is 100% we were all right. We were all right. You were dumb to delete your million sub channel, Rich. You never should have did it.
And I realized the error of my ways, granted with the channel gone, and I don't like giving up or backing down, especially when that's what people wanted. So what the hell made me, I've been thinking about this probably like for the past 4+ months. I just didn't say anything.
4+ months, right? Like, that's amazing to me. That's amazing to me. It took him that long. It took him it took him a quarter of the year. No, wait, hold on. Quarter. Fuck. Third. Retarded. It took him a third of the year to finally come to the conclusion that literally everybody has been saying, that Jay was telling. Every time he tried to say, Jay, I'm done. I can't do it anymore, man. I need to wrap it up. And Jay would say, are you stupid? Bro, you got the easiest job on earth. Go there and read the news. What are you talking about? Everything that everybody's been telling him forever, he finally realized it. It took him 4 months. He had to meditate on it.
What made me change my mind? Now, if you've noticed, I've been uploading videos on a fairly regular basis.
This really is like the pinnacle. This is the peak of Rich Tomorrow. This video is the ultimate Rich Tomorrow moment ever. Him finally coming to the conclusion after almost a year. No, it's actually been no, hold on. Let me check. Let me go and let me check instead of wondering. Oh, holy shit. We got over 400 people watching. Let's go, dude. That's awesome. That's about what Rich gets on his live streams. I'm pretty proud of myself. Let's see. Where is that video? There it is. So, ReviewTechUSA deleted his channel. Okay, so 2024. So literally over a year, after over a year of, he finally came to the conclusion that everybody else came to like immediately. The ultimate review Rich Tomorrow moment. He will never surpass this right now, right? Him admitting after over a year that him deleting his million sub channel was dumb and he shouldn't have done it.
And comment, you could go look yourself. I'm not going to sit here and chop them out, but they're all over the place. Wow, I didn't realize you were still making videos. It's glad to see you back, man. I subbed to your channel. I didn't realize you were still around. What the hell happened to you? Blah, 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 blah. You could see it. It's all over there. And I'm like, oh, wow. I guess there were more people that like to watch me than I realized. That's what I genuinely felt. I'm like, man, I thought that, you know, the tide was completely against me on ReviewTechUSA.
Oh, wow. Okay. So this clarifies the thing. Bro, I hope this isn't true. I actually really hope that this isn't true. I hope that he's not about to actually admit that thing. See, I was giving him the benefit of the doubt because the botting stuff, as bad as that is at least like some sort of technical reason, right? Like he got caught with his hands in the cookie jar and he got caught botting. That's better than like the Kino Casino and everybody was bullying me so hard for a year that I eventually threw in the towel. That's what he's about to tell us. This is about to be the most embarrassing thing ever.
And then what was the straw that broke the camel's back and said, all right, I'm definitely going to do it and bring ReviewTechUSA back. I don't know if I could bring the channel back. I almost guarantee I
No, you can't. Nope. Gone forever. That's done. You're never gonna have a million sub channel again. Sorry, buddy.
can't, but I will be ReviewTechUSA here. Is I was in a store the other day, and the guy behind the counter was like, "Hey, man, we watch your stuff. The people that work in the back were freaking out because they've been watching you for years." And I'm like, I kind of, maybe I did have.
Now, hold on. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Let me put that,
The guy behind the counter was like, "Hey, man, we watch your stuff. The people that work in the back were freaking out because they've been watching you for years." And
One more time. Hold up. Actually, let me just put this on half speed so I can, like, take that in. Let me take that in.
the other day, and the guy behind the counter was like, "Hey, man, we watch your stuff. The people that work in the back were freaking out because they've been watching you for years." And
Out of all of the stories that Rich has told over the years, that were like, you know, obvious lies, that were later proven to be obvious lies, this is the most didn't happen story in the history of ReviewTechUSA lying. Like, the idea, right? Even if he was walking into a GameStop, if he was walking into like a fucking, if he was walking, like, where did he say he walked into again?
man, we watch your will be ReviewTechUSA here. Is I was in a store the other day.
What was the store? Because if it's a GameStop, maybe I can believe somebody recognized they weren't losing their minds. I could say somebody, "Hey, aren't you like Rich from ReviewTechUSA?" I could see that. But if you're like, you're just like at Walmart, you're at Costco, you're fucking in line at a Chick-fil-A or something, and someone's like, oh my god, ReviewTechUSA, dude. Oh my god, dude, I've been watching you for years, man. You're the GOAT. You're the GOAT, man. I can't believe this. I didn't think it, you know, like you're meeting Steph Curry, like you're meeting Messi, like you're meeting Canelo or something. Like you're meeting like you're meeting Mr. Beast, right? You're meeting somebody who people actually know. Rich, nobody has ever done this. I don't know why you're even trying to tell us. See, now this makes me question the authenticity of the rest of this video, just him telling that story.
And the guy behind the counter was like, "Hey,
Ames, thanks for the $2. This did not happen. It was made up in his Discord." GG Natty B, thanks for the $4.99. Of all the things that didn't happen, this didn't happen the most.
Hey, man, we watch your stuff. The people that work in the back were freaking out because they've been watching you for years."
They were they were freaking out. They were throwing their hands in the air. They were like tearing shit off the walls, just tearing their hair out of their head, right? They couldn't believe Richard Masucci in the flesh, like at our store. Oh my god, dude.
I'm like, I kind of, maybe I did.
Here goes another thing. It's not like ReviewTechUSA does not live in like New York City, right? He lives in New York, but he lives in like a small, medium-sized town. We know where he lives because A, he doxed himself, and also like the Thorpes visited his town. So Rich ain't living in some big ass city or something. He lives in a small town. People who know Rich will have already have seen him. I doubt he's somebody who like he's visiting random stores all across the state of New York. He doesn't live in some big metropolis where people haven't seen his face before, right? Like, dude,
have him.
People in Rich's town would already know him. Nobody else is going to get excited seeing Rich in wherever he lives, dude.
Imposter syndrome to a degree, because I didn't realize I had that.
Oh, he's talking about his imposter syndrome. That's also a thing that exists. K. Emmanuel 4611, thanks for the 199. ReviewTechUSA is a hit at all the free clinics.
Kind of, maybe I did have imposter syndrome to a degree, because I didn't realize I had that much of an impact on people that I would still, to this day,
the imposter syndrome, that is something that was true. Rich has always, well, you know, this isn't something, I mean, he's confirming it now, but it's always been something somebody suspected, is that he always felt like his success was undeserved, which it was. You know, his success was undeserved. But you could say that for pretty much every content creator. Like, none of us really deserve the success we've earned. Do you think, does the Quartering deserve to be a millionaire over like just making slop? No, but he is, right? And it's like, you'd be stupid to just say, you know, I'm gonna quit. I don't deserve this. Maybe like, I don't know, Charlie, Moist Critical, who recently, he turned off all of his monetization, right? But even then, he only did that after he made like, what he said it was, 30 million? He made like 30 million over his entire YouTube career or something like that, right? He hung up the jersey after he made like one of the biggest, craziest bags of all time. Rich just destroying it all, burning it all to the ground, because, I don't know, he felt like, I don't deserve 1 million subs, which is true. He doesn't deserve 1 million subs, but that's no reason for him to have destroyed his 1 million sub channel he spent 15 years building. That's just dumb, bro.
Stay still in real life, get people coming to me and saying, man, you know, we watch you, we're a fan, glad that you come in here. So I was like, you know what? I gotta stop giving into the negativity, which, man, there's a lot of it online, and just make the right.
You've contributed to it, by the way. Like, does he not consider the things he does or says to Darkside Phil to be negativity? I'm pretty sure that Phil considers Rich to be very negative, and he would be right. Does he not consider that video he made about beat 'em ups, right? Like, he has made some unnecessarily, hey, PWR is streaming. What's he talking about? What's PWR talking about?
Can play a little bit more of it. 1-800-DONGA says, I remember this game. Yes, I do too. I've made a life of wanting to play this again. I had no idea there was a PlayStation version.
When is he going to run out of childhood games to play? Like, I swear, like, this dude has been playing, like, childhood games, right? You know, just, like, he's been playing apparently he played literally every game when he was a kid. Because every stream is just revisiting a childhood classic for the fans.
So this is unbelievable. Now let's see my first spin here tonight. 4. I got two childhood games. I'm reconnecting myself.
Oh, he's got two. He's got two. 22 watching. That Kino Casino stimulus package, bro. I'm telling you, bro. PWR and DSP, they both they made some bags off of PPP and Warski, dude. But no, Rich was very negative when he made this video about beat 'em ups. Beat 'em ups Woodhawker is a brown-nosing fraud. Like, why would
Beat 'em ups is an ass-kissing, opportunistic fraud. That's the video. That's it. You could just stop it here. Or
why is that not negative, Rich? Like, damn, dude. That's really beat 'em ups is literally done nothing to Rich. He's never said anything like this to anybody else. He's just a slop tubing video game talking grifter like Rich is. Why is he throwing stones?
Right choice, and I knew at that point the right choice was bringing back ReviewTechUSA. So why did I, now that I'm looking in the mirror and actually seeing the reflection, why did I delete ReviewTechUSA?
Hold on, before we get in that, please do a documentary on Spirit Science. He's a former Oni Plays Orbiter termed attempted cult leader who believes Emma Watson is the second coming of Christ and Jews are all time What? Okay, I might have to look into that later. I might have to put a note on that.
Because I thought it was done. And it was.
I always appreciate it whenever any of you guys in chat like throw me some niche shit, right? Like some underground stuff. Because that's the stuff I love talking about the most.
Stupid.
There's some documentaries, some videos I want to make about dudes in the future. About dudes who like nobody knows about. Which, you know, is always like, yo, that's kind of a mistake. Because you run the risk of people coming to fuck with that person, even if you like don't mean for it to be malicious. You know, somebody like Vickers who nobody knew, I don't give a fuck. I don't care if you like, you know, you say whatever you want about Vickers, but you know, I appreciate it whenever you guys throw me a bone like that.
I was in a really negative headspace because of events that happened to me in 2023, and then compound it with 2024 with all the drama that happened there.
All of it self-inflicted. All of that self-inflicted. All of that drama was stuff that he caused.
And I wasn't in my right mind. I went through a terrible tragedy in real life, and I wasn't thinking straight.
He's talking about his daughter. He's talking about his daughter's sight. See, here's the thing. He'll say that this is a bullshit excuse he's using right now. He's trying to use his children as a shield. Just like he did when he's done this a lot. Rich has frequently used his children as shields. Famously, when he was supposed to box the quartering, right? Like he was talking mad shit about Jeremy, saying, "Oh, Jeremy, I'm working out, man. I'm gonna lay you out, bro. We get in the ring. You aren't built for this. You aren't working out, Jeremy." And then he found out that quartering was training with Sam Hyde, and he was like, we have to reschedule. Something is going on with my kid. Okay, what was going on with your kid before? Was your kid just fine? So your kid just magically gets way sicker as soon as you find out that the quartering is actually taking his training seriously and he's training with Sam Hyde. Okay, so this is what he likes to do. He likes to use his kids as shields, right? But he's trying to say that something was happening in real life. You know, it's obviously related to his daughter and her issue. But why did that issue not make you go insane and burn it all down in 2023? Why did it make you go insane and burn it all down in 2024 after you fired Jay, right? Why is that's what happened?
That you could say it
had nothing to do with your kid. You just were being an asshole. You were just mad at Jay because you felt he was trying to turn people against you and destroy your reputation. And you ended up destroying your reputation way worse than Jay ever could have.
It's an excuse. I don't care. Think it's an excuse, but that's what it was. And then coming off of the disaster that happened in 2023 and then going into the drama and the fallout that happened in 2024, and then to have Keemstar, who decided to step in and use me.
Okay, so notice how he's about to go into depth about Keemstar, even though Keemstar played a pretty minor role, all things considered, in like Rich's whole drama. But he'll just like say 2024, you know, the drama. You know, he'll just say the drama, and he'll just like wrap it up as if it wasn't a big deal. It was a very big deal. 2024 was Rich went scorched earth. Like Rich went out of his mind, bro. It was insane. Rich was talking. We talk a lot about how Rich likes to think that he's a mafia boss. Rich was dead ass talking like he was Tony Soprano, right? Like he was gonna, I'll pick my teeth with the bones of your career, Jay. That's how he was talking.
As a stepping stone to get his now failing Locale Live off the ground and bring on a person who was a pathological liar that is...
Okay, so let me see something, right? Failing Locale Live. Is Locale Live live right now? Let me see. Locale Live. Oh, they're live. Let's see. What did they got right here?
Yes, I remember that
water
Italian,
intoxication.
I was
Let's see. Oh, look at that. 3,000 people watching live. Oh, yeah, they're failing. Yeah, they're failing. That's a failing streak. He's been saying, like, here's the thing. Rich has been saying that Locale Live has been failing ever since it started, right? Even before the thing that happened between him and Keem taking his play button. he's been saying that LOLcow Live has been failing, and it's just gotten bigger. Like when Rich started saying that LOLcow Live was failing, it was like 500 to 600 live viewers. Then it went up to 1,000, then 1,500, and now it's like 2 to 3,000 on average when they're streaming, right? Like, what are you talking about?
Now disappeared.
If LOLcow Live is failing, right? What do you call your stream? Nigga, I get numbers. I get the same numbers you get. We got 400 people up in this bitch, right? We got 400 people right now. Am I failing? Like, if you're failing, you're on my level, dude. Your 70K channel, 70K plus channel has as many viewers on average as a dude who doesn't even have 16K yet.
Who we know, Becky Boop, into the land of irrelevancy again.
Does Becky still stream? Because I remember when Becky was streaming, her numbers were actually shitting on Rich too, right?
It was just too much. And I thought that with what happened with LOLcow Live, and then Keemstar brought on a woman that I was talking to on and off and duped her into doing some terrible.
He duped her. He pulled the wool over her eyes. Right? Like he bamboozled her into talking about Rich and his Dickers Jr. and all that. She didn't do it of her own accord, right? Like a woman would never do something spiteful towards you, especially if she felt jealous because I don't know, didn't Jay say some stuff about Rich sharing nudes of her with him, right? A woman with a vendetta definitely wouldn't do something spiteful to destroy your reputation. No, it was all Keemstar's planning. Yakass, thanks for the $5. Yo, Mikey, I know this might sound kind of cringe, but you have a fan Discord? If not, you should. I'd love to join. I actually don't have a Discord. I'm part of a select few. I don't know, I'm cautious about Discord, but I know they can be cool too. Like, sometimes I dip into Sly's Discord because it's fun. There's another Discord I'm in called Wacky Channel or the Wacky Server. It's full of a bunch of people who are kind of lolcows themselves, but I love, like, going in there. They have this arena section where like, two dudes will just get in there and they start, like, basically a blood sport. So I dig that place. So I don't know. I might consider it. Critique the Critics. Thanks for the $5. Rich loves talking all types of shit about others, but can't handle when people do the same to him. One of the biggest cry bullies ever. Big ups. Thank you, brother. And yeah, he is. He is a giant cry bully, right? Like, he could never, like, unironically, Philip Burnell is a stronger man than ReviewTechUSA. Rich has, like, honestly, he hasn't experienced even, like, a fourth of what Phil has had to deal with from Phil's detractors and his trolls and all that. Like, Phil's detractors have they've tried to get this, they've like actually tried to done some crazy shit and ruin this dude's life. Like, he's never had a Sons of Kojima level tier of A-log before ReviewTechUSA. The closest that he got were the Big Cheese Crusaders, and they weren't that bad, really. If we're being honest, right? Like, you could say Review Hell USA was being kind of extra and stuff like that. But even then, it wasn't that bad. Kimono Theater, thanks for the $5. LOLcow Live is supposed to be the LOLcow retirement home, yet Rich has to get a 9 to 5. That's why he's mad. He feels robbed of his retirement. Yes, and if Keem actually extended the olive branch and said, Rich, I will genuinely put you on, and like you'll get at least like 800 to 1,000 viewers per stream on the show I give you, I promise. I really do believe that Rich would take him up on that and he would go back to Keemstar. I really do believe that.
Terrible thing.
Rich is a prideful guy, but his pride also, he's like, you know how like Ethan Ralph, you know how like he holds a grudge and he's super prideful. But, like, if somebody comes at him and they're like, you know what? Hey, Ralph, I'm sorry, bro. You know, I didn't mean all that shit. When I said you should kill yourself and, you know, you can't see your kids and you're a pill-popping, alcoholic, drunk who's stuck in Mexico. You know, man, I was just in my feelings. I didn't mean that. And Ralph is like, he's like, oh, all right, he'll forgive you. Ralph has unironically like, mend bridges with people who've said and done heinous shit to him because he's a pretty simple guy. Rich is also kind of similar to that in a way. He will 100%, especially if there's a financial like, gain behind it, he'll 100% do it.
I really thought the walls were closing in around me, and I felt pressured. I thought the right thing at that time, which was so wrong. I wish I could go back into a time machine. I was staring at this monitor. I went there and had the screen to delete your channel. And
why do you need so many monitors? I always thought about this, right? Like maybe like, I don't know. I'm just a guy who just makes videos and I stream without showing my face. So I don't understand like the purpose, right? Like my PC, I built my PC powerful enough to where I can render shit and it not take me forever, right? Like that's my main reason and shit. So maybe I just don't understand, but I don't understand why he needs 1, 2, he's pointed out another one, 3, so 4 minimum, and he no doubts has other monitors somewhere either in this room or around the house. I don't know why he needs so many.
Between what was,
it's not like you do actual tech shit, bro. That's your name. You don't actually do anything to justify having all this technology that you don't actually use.
Happening with all the terrible people on Lolcow Live and the manipulation and the pressure, I genuinely thought that I had no other choice, and it was dumb, and I absolutely did.
See, I could understand for editing, but he doesn't edit enough. He doesn't edit his stuff enough to justify it. And again, I don't have like a second monitor, and I do way more editing on my videos than he does.
And I don't like
Malgus87, thanks for the $2. RTU needs to put the fries in the bag already. Yes, that's all he's ever needed to do. His career is one of a guy who just needs to put the fries in the bag and he can fucking make enough money to pay off his mortgage and feed his kids or whatever. That's all he needs to do. But he makes it so difficult.
Quitting or backing down from anybody. And the fact that I did then, especially for the people that I backed down to, never again. Never again.
Who are you talking about back down to? Well, you mean the Kino Casino? Like, what do you mean back down? Did you really back down to them? All they did was make fun of you. You could have just ignored them. Like, they've said this before. Like, the Warski and PPP have literally said, if he just ignored us and went back to making 3 or 4 videos a day about whatever was happening in gaming news, that would be it, right? And he would have won. Literally, if he had just ignored the casino from day one and just went back to just talking about gaming news 3 to 4 times a day, his channel would have been doing all right again, and that would have been like, it would have been all she wrote.
A lot more than
But no, we're here. I'm watching this video right now about how he deleted his video and how he regrets it after over a year, after everybody told him it was a mistake.
I want to do on this platform. I'm a very creative person.
No, you are. You are not a creative person. You are not a creative person. I don't know who told you that. I don't know who's been gassing you up, brother. You are not creative, right? Every creative thing you might think that you have was actually you took from somebody else. You just stole jokes from Tim and Eric. A lot of your bits were things that you came up with Jay, or that Jay gave you wholesale. A lot of the things you decorate your stream with are like it's inside baseball jokes of people who you haven't like even talked about in depth for years, like low tier God or Bill Gates. Nobody even understands why you're still so obsessed with Bill Gates or Quantum Gate. Nobody knows, right? You're not creative. You're still doing the chicken shit after years where it's never been funny. Even when you started doing it the first time, maybe it was funny. It's not funny now. You're not creative, Rich.
Sharing my opinions and sharing my takes. And there's a lot more that I want to achieve. There was a lot more I wanted to achieve on ReviewTechUSA. And I plan on doing that here. And this is
like, what? What else was there to achieve? You did it. Like, you made 1 million subscribers and you were like making videos that got like tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of views. Sometimes you have multiple videos on your channel breaking millions of views in like a year. Vast majority of people who try and make it on YouTube would never reach the heights that you did. You had won the game of YouTube, dude. I mean, look, bro, yeah, maybe it'd be cool to get to like the level of a PewDiePie or a Markiplier or a Mr. Beast, but 1 million subs and like tens of millions, if not hundreds of millions of views, that's pretty damn good. I don't know what else you really aspire to, dude.
Going to become ReviewTechUSA, and I'm going to do what I wanted to finish on that channel. I'm going to do here and finish here. I'm not going to back down and succumb to anybody, and I know I could put out good quality content.
Who's trying to like make you succumb to something? Even me, right? I'm doing this stream. I'm making fun of you. This, you know, we kind of bullying here. We kind of cyberbullying a little bit right here. But I'm not like, hey, delete your channel and just leave the internet. I'm not like that. I don't care. Like he's actually making the correct decision by ignoring me and refusing to watch any of my content. That's actually very smart on his part. He should have did that with the Kino Casino and 8-Bit Eric and Smash JT and all those other niggas, and he probably would have been way better off, right? It's like, we can't do anything to you if you just ignore us. Nobody's knocking on your door, right? We aren't the Thorpes. We aren't going to come and knock on your door, bro.
I will be here.
Malgus87, thanks for the $2. His parents gave him a house and raised his kids. Yeah, he doesn't even have to do that.
Putting out that content.
Literally lives out. Richard Masucci has lived life on easy mode. And that was like the worst thing that happened to him because it gave him imposter syndrome because he's like, I don't deserve this, which he's right. He didn't deserve it. But, you know, dude, just be glad, right? None of the rich kids who were born to multimillionaire parents and they grow up in like the lap of luxury with a silver spoon in their mouth, they didn't do anything to deserve that lifestyle. They still should just be grateful for the fact that their parents gave them that sort of life and just live it anyway.
Also, too,
stop being a bitch, nigga.
Over the next few days, I will be streaming quite a bit on this channel. I have a project I'm working on. I may not have actual videos up unless some major breaking news happens, like Bill Gates jumped out of a birthday cake for Gabe Newell.
The Bill Gates, that's the creativity. Another Bill Gates joke. You know, that's the creative zingers you can expect from ReviewTechUSA.
Well, I will cover that. But while I'm working on that project, I will also be streaming quite a bit, so make sure you check in with streams. And this is the most confident I've felt in a couple years.
Oh,
and I'm glad to be back, and I'm glad to see.
Oh, shit. He's back in rare form. He's back in tip-top shape. He's fucking... You know what it was? You know what I just realized, right? I said, like, this is the second skinniest. The actual skinniest that Rich has ever been, right? The actual skinniest that Rich... Hold on, I can just go here instead. The actual skinniest that Rich has ever been was when he made that video about, what was it called? Golden Rule? What was it? It was the Golden Rules video, wasn't it? No, it was your YouTube career. Let me look up YouTube career. No, fuck, see? Look how I'm like fucking up the algorithm because now you look up ReviewTechUSA. Oh, you know, I just realized he's probably mad as hell. He's mad as hell. He decided to adopt the name ReviewTechUSA. You type in ReviewTechUSA, you get my shit. Okay, let's see. Here, this video right here. No. This is how you ruin your YouTube career. I like Radical Rick. Radical Rick, he's kind of like a slop tuber too, but he's an OG. He slop tubes in the classic way. He slop tubes in the way that God intended for YouTubers to slop tube, and that's why he gets the pass. I can't find it. Are you really telling me that none of the archive channels... Hold on, let me look up. Let me look up one of these ReviewTechUSA archive channels. Maybe one of them has it. Okay. Hold on. I'm gonna look up. One of you guys has to have it. One of you guys has to have it. Let me see. ReviewTech, this one. All right, we're gonna look. One of them has to be here. No, fuck. Come on, man. One of you has to have it. This guy, does he have it? Because if not, we just can't see it. No, okay. All right, fuck it then. Fuck it. But no, when he made that one video about how this is how you ruin your YouTube career, and he had like, you know, he was actually talking some good-ish. And, you know, he was giving some good advice that he would completely betray, right? Like he would break all of the golden rules he set for himself, right? That he was also skinny then. So I think it really is, Rich is like a perfect example about how being in shape helps your mental health, because this is the most salient. I've heard him talk about his YouTube career for a while, and I think a lot of it is owed down to the fact that he's no longer like, or at least he's less obese than he used to be. Yakass, thanks for the $2. Please read my last chat message. Well, I already read it, bro. What do you mean? The one about Discord? I already read it, dude.
With evidence that people want me back.
Thanks again.
And to Keemstar, I know you got my million sub play button or whatever it went to, but I want to tell you to do something, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. Take that play button and shove it up your ass. I'm not going anywhere.
What do you think? What do you think? Dude, do you think Keemstar even cares? Like, this is such... Keemstar and Rich have one of the most one-sided rivalries ever. Like, this isn't Keemstar versus, I don't know, FouseyTube, or Keemstar versus the Paul brothers, or Keemstar versus H3H3. You know, other big E-celeb YouTubers who have like big audiences and lots of money. You know, this is like, Rich has never like, even when Rich was kind of a big deal with his million sub channel and all that, Rich never, like, Keemstar never took Rich that seriously. Bro really thinks that Keemstar is out here trying to plan his destruction. Bro, it's not that serious. Nobody is trying to destroy you. You've spent all this time destroying yourself. That's not our problem. That's not our problem that you're self-destructive as hell, dude. That's a skill issue on your part.
This is Rich of ReviewTechUSA. See, I actually said it this time. Signing out. Make sure you sub to the channel if this video brought you back, and I'll be having plenty of great content on this channel. Thank you for the continued support, and thank you for everyone who came back, too.
So there you go. There you go. Rich, he finally... he finally, after all that time, came to the same conclusion that everybody else came to immediately, which is deleting your million sub channel is dumb. Trying to get rid of a brand you spent 15 years building is dumb. And he should have just been putting the gaming videos in the bag, which he's finally doing. It's glad that you came home, Rich. It's glad that you finally came back to Earth. We appreciate that. Yakass, thanks for the $10. If we got a 1K GoFundMe going, you think we could get RTU a job at Best Buy? Someone would obviously have to be in charge of it, but it'd be a funny show to hold the money over his head. You know, that actually would. I feel like a lot of Rich's early content that actually like made him good views were videos that were just stories of him working at GameStop, or stories of him working at like IT or shit like that. So maybe getting a real job would be better for his career, just so he would have more stories to tell. Malgus87, thanks for the $2 again. Keemstar didn't call the cops after Wings crashed. So yeah, that was basically it. You know, hold up, before we go, we could watch this beat 'em up video, right? This video of Rich being really mean, right? Because when I mentioned the beat 'em ups video briefly in my original documentary, I didn't really bring it up because it was actually so, I never understood why he crashed out against beat 'em ups like he did. There was nothing to justify it. There was no feud going on there. Beat 'em ups wasn't really in any scandals or anything like that. He was just like shooting shots for no reason, right? So hold on, give me a second. You guys tell me. I'll hold on. I'll be back in like 2 seconds. You guys tell me if you guys want to watch this video before we go or not. All right, sorry about that. Okay, I see one. Yes. So, okay, we're going to watch it. And then we're going to call it a stream.
Or you could roll the intro.
Skip it up and that up.
So, Woodhawker or Beat 'em Ups is an ass-kissing, opportunistic fraud. That's the video. That's it. You could just stop it here. Or you could roll the intro.
Skip it up and that up.
So, Woodhawker or
So again, just to give context, this is back when Rich was relevant, when Rich had motion, when Rich had clout, when Rich had views, when Rich had subs, right? When he was way more comfortable, right? This wasn't even him punching up. This is almost him punching sideways in a way. Like Beat 'em Ups was a peer at this point. You know, just to give you guys some, you know, context.
One of the most disingenuous people, well, close to one of.
Oh, who is Beat 'em Ups? Who is Beat 'em Ups?
3,198 views.
Beat 'em Ups is this guy, this dude with the 1.91 million, almost 2 million subs. That's who Beat 'em Ups is. You know, he's a giant Nintendo shill, and holy shit. Oh, wow. This dude gets better. This dude, like, literally has almost the exact same subscriber count as the quartering, and he gets way better views. Like, he's consistently getting over 100K, over 180K, right? This right here, 133K. This is, like, the lowest video I just saw. Okay. Yeah, Beat 'em Ups is doing great. Sometimes I feel like Jeremy should get back into doing magic content. He can't though, because he got banned. He got banned from doing magic content forever because he was such an asshole and everybody in the content hated him and he kept starting shit. So they just banned him. They banned him from going to sanctioned magic events and he wouldn't get promotional material anymore. And then he further burned the bridge by saying that all of magic judges were all of the judges, there was like this pedophile cabal working working for Wizards at their tournaments. That wasn't true though. It was like one guy. They had other dudes who were pedophiles, but once they were found out they were pedophiles, like, you know, they either had already stopped working with Wizards or Wizards like sent them packing. So there's like one dude who slipped under the radar and they got rid of that dude like immediately. But he made it look like it was like an epidemic. Right? So that's why Wizards of the Coast would never fuck with him again. So he couldn't go back to Magic even if he tried, which is a shame because Magic kind of like experienced a resurgence in the years since he's been away. And some of these Magic YouTubers are making like big numbers and mega money that he is no longer going to get and he probably really needs.
The most disingenuous people on YouTube has not been a fan of me for a while. Because
oh no, Jeremy didn't get beat up. Jeremy didn't get beat up by a troon. He got beat up by a dude in a dress. And I'm not even like being like transphobic just to be funny or anything. Like literally it was a cis dude in a dress. And he might not have even beat Jeremy up because I don't know, for some reason even though cops showed up at the bar and apparently like they got in a fight and they messed up the bar and shit, the dude didn't get arrested and Jeremy didn't press charges. He just decided to sue him, which is really weird if somebody literally like ambushed you and like attacked you, assaulted you, right? But you know, that's the story that Quartering likes to give.
He is a narcissist who is in love with himself. The first run-in I've had with Wood, he may have disliked me before.
Also, hold on, I'm gonna get one more thing about Jeremy, right? And then we're gonna focus on this video. Another thing about the Quartering is he said this specific cross-dresser, his name was Matt Loader. He said that Matt Loader attacked him because he was like some crazy leftist and he had a problem with some of Quartering's political takes. He said something about trans people or LGBT people or whatever, or he just thought Quartering was a Nazi. That wasn't true. The reason why Matt Loader showed up, he pulled up to Quartering outside of Gen Con, was because Quartering had called him a pedophile without any proof, right? He literally called this dude a pedophile. So this dude was like, oh, you think I'm a pedophile? Okay, how about I pull up to you in real life and I beat your ass?
With himself.
Quartering is also like 6'5". Well, he's like 6'4", 6'5" or something, right? And Matt Loader is like, I don't know, 5'10" maybe. So, and Quartering is saying this dude is way shorter than him and like wears a dress. Beat his ass. So
first run-in I've had with Wood,
one of the most embarrassing moments in the Quartering's history. People don't bring it up enough.
Disliked me before this, but he definitely disliked me after. Is when he got kicked from the ambassador program, and Jay used a picture that he had public that he used for a thumbnail himself. He took that image, obviously made his own thumbnail, where Wood was crying. This is a picture that was seen by hundreds of millions, if not a million people by now. But when we used it for a thumbnail, he wasn't okay with it. Okay, that's, you know, because it's not like my picture. That puts me in an unflattering light is not used.
Let's look at that again. Hold up.
Picture.
Oh, buddy, bro. Like, what are you even looking up at? What is he looking up at to look like that? Why are you wearing no shorts, bro? Like, what is this whole fit? Like, are you cosplaying as Charlie Brown? Just cosplay it as a Charlie Brown with diabetes? Like, what is this?
That puts me in an unflattering light is not used almost on a daily basis. But, you know, when you have an ego as big as him and as fragile as his, that's what you could... That something that small could put you on his shit list. Now,
man, this video has not aged very well.
There's a lot of people I've had.
Oh, hey, look, there goes Jeremy right there. I didn't even notice. He's talking about him that
on
much.
Gerard, the completionist, where I've essentially pissed off both sides. I have said that I applaud both Mutahar and Carl for...
Bro, I was not expecting this. It's been so long, right? I barely watched this video even when like I was making my documentary like 2 years ago. I didn't, man, a lot of things. This is like a time capsule in a way, right?
Exposing.
Back when people were still big up in Mutahar and Carl Yops for being the YouTube detectives, you know, just exposing the truth, shining a light on everything, right?
The completionist.
You know, Carl and Mutahar would never lie about anything themselves. Surely not.
For lying essentially to his audience for years upon years that he was actively sending money and what he got in donations and bits, and when he got to the Open Hand Foundation to dementia research actively, but was not doing it. But I also said at the same time, admittedly, that initial video essentially ended the completionist career. And when they came out with other videos and there was some oopsies in it, even
can you raid into Dioria? Sure, when I finish the stream, fuck it, who cares? Sure, I'll raid into his shit.
Though they were minor, it gives the fanboys of the completionists and everyone else ammunition to question the validity.
What did Carl lie about? Bro, have you been asleep? Did you like miss the entire like Billy Mitchell saga? Dude, that was like the most important arc in Carl's life ever after the completionist shit with Mutahar.
Of the claims of Mutahar and Carl.
Bro, he sued. Okay, if you really don't know, basically he was suing. He was he got sued by Billy Mitchell. And everybody had been convinced it was because he had been calling Billy Mitchell a cheater, and that's why he was getting sued. In reality, Billy Mitchell was suing him because Carl had like told everyone that he was responsible for Apollo Legend's death. Apollo Legend, by the way, in his suicide video or letter or whatever, specifically mentioned Dark Viper AU as one of the reasons, right? He mentioned Dark Viper AU by name. Nobody blamed Dark Viper for Apollo Legend's death. I'm not saying you should. I'm just saying it's very weird that people would like, Carl came to the conclusion that Billy Mitchell was more to blame instead of his friend Dark Viper AU, right? So Billy Mitchell decides, no, you're not gonna say that I'm responsible for like catching bodies out here, and he sued Carl. Carl didn't really explain what the lawsuit was about in the detail he should have. Everybody thought it was because of Billy Mitchell just suing him because he was calling him a cheater. And then it turned out when Carl Jobs ends up losing, right? He ends up losing. Everybody finds out the truth. And everybody's like, wait, what the fuck, Carl? You were deceiving everybody. Everybody gave you hundreds of thousands of dollars in defense of you in this lawsuit, right? And his reputation kind of took a hit and shit.
That was my take on it, okay?
Billy has threatened to sue Carl again if he runs his mouth. And I believe him.
I still hold to that take. And I still think the one video that both Mutahar and Carl Jobs made in the beginning would have been damning enough. Okay, I've beaten that point to death.
Oh no, I know that Billy tried to sue Apollo, but both of them, Billy and Apollo, kind of like they settled it, right? They came to a gentlemanly agreement. And when Apollo ended up committing suicide, somebody he ended up actually mentioning wasn't Billy Mitchell. It was Dark Viper AU.
Let's move on. So the completionist, Gerard, both on Twitter and on YouTube, put up a response, which was awful, to both Muda and to Carl. And of course, everyone who is a brown noser is coming out, which we'll talk more about in the other video I have regarding Carl Jobs' new video. Basically saying anyone questioning this is just a drama YouTuber. And who do you think was in there to brown nose and shove their nose deep up Gerard's ass? Woodhawker beat him ups. He also was kissing Jeff Keighley's ass and telling him how great the Game Awards were this year.
Maybe he liked them. Damn. You can't like the Game Awards?
Were your eyes closed and were you sleeping? Maybe you dreamed of a different Game Awards than the one that was actually being displayed. Oh, you're just kissing ass once again. So
maybe you liked the Game Awards, like genuinely. I don't know.
What Woodhawker did here. And then I'm going to show you how he works, by the way. He literally does clickbait. People say that I'm a clickbaiter. No. This guy straight up lies to you. And goes like, oh, I added a question mark, so it's fine, in his title. Well, first off, he replies back with...
It's actually really funny, right? Because this video is over some of the pettiest drama ever, and literally everybody involved is like a giant YouTuber with like 1 million subs. Rich had 1 million subs, Beat 'em Ups had 1 million subs, Mutahar, Carl Yops, the completionist back before he was exposed. They all, like, these are all big YouTubers, and they're just involved in this pettiest, dumbest, gayest drama.
Which I'm surprised he even did this, because he tries to seem as G-rated as possible to kiss people's asses. Woodhawker responds with, what a surprise, drama YouTubers just looking to make up drama. The money was in the account, Wood. The money was there. What drama was being made up? If he was saying he was actively donating, he was saying that this money was going places and it was sitting in an account, he lied. It sat there for a decade and just accumulated and lost value due to inflation. That's it, Wood. His career's over. Stop kissing his ass. It's not a good look for you. But this is also what they do too, and Carl said it in his video.
That's actually, see, I always thought about the whole Carl Yops Mutahar exposing Jared, what the fuck it, Jared Geralt, completionist. I forget how to pronounce his name. The completionist is that it seems like literally anybody who would have bothered paying attention would have been able to like notice this and put him out on blast before. I'm sure multiple people already noticed. It just they weren't a big YouTuber who bothered to like, I don't know, make a big video about it. Like my upcoming documentary, I have something similar. The guy I'm talking about, there's going to be like, there's this one thing it's like an open secret where certain people already know, but nobody's aware about, and he keeps pretending like this obvious thing isn't true, right? So it's something like that. I always thought it was very overrated, the investigation that they did, right?
Video. I know I'm kind of losing my mind right now. Is they don't want anyone in their group, in their boys club, I'll call it, to be defamed, because if one of them loses their credibility, it makes them lose opportunities. It also makes them all look bad, because they're supposed to be the professionals. They're supposed to be the elite group, the big happy family, even though behind the scenes they all want to rip each other's throats out. Jay will talk about that in a sequel to this video. But they want to...
Didn't somebody in chat, you guys... No, there was no sequel. There was literally no sequel to this video. There was no part 2 to this.
Have the at least the veneer that they're the ones that are kind, like friends per second. A lot of people got on me about that because I made fun of the name of the podcast, but it's so forced and it's so
bro,
phony,
it's just yapping,
and it's so fake. Are you going to tell me Gerard's not fake right now? Well, I just wanted to show one other thing about Wood, just so you know his MO.
You know, he has literally the same set. I just realized he has the same setup. How many years ago was this? Holy shit. Hold on. Why am I asking? I literally just checked that tweet he showed. It was 2023. He's had the exact same setup for 2 years, right? The same 2 screens behind him. He probably has the same screen in the corner. The only thing different is that the chicken is on his left instead of on his right.
Keep in mind, this comment got me suspended from Twitter, by the way. The same site that basically has turned into a softcore adult site. I don't know how free I could use words on YouTube yet. I know they lax their rules. But me saying this to Wood was a bridge too far. I wonder who actually reported this tweet. It probably was one of his fans, seriously, all kidding aside. But I said, hey, Beat 'em Ups Wood, weren't you just complaining about clickbait drama YouTubers? Okay, he didn't say clickbait, but still. Would you kindly...
So admitting that he just made that part up.
That was...
Admitting that he's lying. That he was just lying to bait a reaction.
The line from Bioshock I tried to use there be a little witty. I think it fell on deaf ears. Go suck Gerard's thing. I don't take any of it back, because that's meta...
Well, you can't say dick. You can't say... Like, that's crazy. You do all of the fucking cock sucking, like literally just like you suck it all cock every other video, but you can't say dick in your video, bro.
Metaphorically, what he's doing, and then take a look at his thumbnail. Now we know that the rumors are out there about the Nintendo.
Holy shit, 100K in like 14 hours. Okay, so even back then, his channel was doing better than the quarters. Even back like 2 years ago, his channel was outperforming the quarters.
And things are ramping up. So instead of saying that he was sent a device to review, instead of saying the Lenovo Go is amazing, just like Dave 2D, who's a wildly more successful YouTuber than Wood will ever be, he doesn't clickbait with his stuff. Why are you saying that you have I was sent the Nintendo Switch 2? You know you weren't. You were sent the Lenovo Go. You know that you weren't. And you do this all the time, too. There's another video here, and I just looked him up.
Oh, never mind. He's looking up. Oh, the screen is over. No! Does he have another screen? Does he have 6 screens in this room? Okay, he's got one there, one there. No, okay. Maybe. No, that's the camera. The camera's in front. Okay, I'm trying to figure this out, right? Okay, he's got the camera in front, and then he's got 2 screens in the back. He's got another screen over there. And maybe that's his main screen over there. Okay, so he's got 1, 2, 3, 4 screen. Okay. He's got literally 4 screens.
I was sent a
surround sound
$1,400 Nintendo Switch
surround screen, I mean.
Pro. And there you didn't even put a question mark. So you tricked your audience and you got over 860.
See, you see what I'm talking about? All right, look at this. This dude's doing this fucking clickbait. I was sent a 1,400 Nintendo Switch Pro, right? And he did, right? Just like easy. Almost 900K, bro. It's stupid.
You didn't even put a question mark, so you tricked.
And this is what Rich could be living like that, and he just threw it away.
Your audience, and you got over 800,000.
I don't even remember how many views this video got when he originally published it. It probably got like, I don't know, 500,000 or something.
You know, 60,000.
But he was like, no, I don't want that anymore. I don't want that easy paycheck anymore.
Views telling them that you had a Nintendo Switch Pro in your hands. And I was an Aya Neo Next. I was sent that thing.
This motherfucker is like, this is just a video about Twitter drama. This is literally a video about one tweet that beat 'em ups made, right? And this probably made him like hundreds of dollars. And he threw that away.
These guys are all fake, two-faced ass kissers, man. And this is why a lot of people say, Rich, you're very negative on Twitter. Rich, I love gaming, but there's a group of people in it, and it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and they're just fake and two-faced. Look, I'm a dick. I know I'm a dick. I know I could be confrontational. I know it, but you know what? I don't try to hide any of it. I don't.
He's well, hold on. Hold on. Yeah, he is. He actually is confrontational. He's confrontational to a degree that doesn't really make sense. Like, he will bring people on his platform that he really shouldn't. Like that time he brought on Ames, or that time he brought on Sly, or that time he brought on PWR, right? Like, he is confrontational. Like that time he went 4-0 against 4 different E-celebs in like 1 week. Yeah, he's very confrontational to the point of self-destruction.
The camera, hi guys, I'm just happy and everything's swell. Because it's just so fake and it's just so saccharine. But they're all into that. Why? Because that's where you get the sponsors.
This is the dude who was talking before about negativity. There's so many negative people in the world. Bro, he was one of the most negative people at the height of his channel. He loved to get in drama. He loved to talk shit about studios and games and communities and other YouTubers. And not even counting all the stuff he said about Phil, right? He's one of the most negative people who were ever like popular on YouTube. And he just acts different now because he's a small guy. He's a small channel, right? So it's punching down, right? You're being negative because you're punching down on ReviewTechUSA.
Get the money. That's where it all comes from. The more you're willing to play ball, the more you're rewarded. I like money too, and I'm not sitting here trying to pontificate with that, but I'd rather make the money being me during live streams, which we're live streaming tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. We are having a DSP Gaming Project 7.
I can literally go to any random video from any random period in Rich's life, and there's like 6, maybe 7 out of 10 chance, maybe 8 out of 10 chance that DSP is going to get brought up at some point. I can't get away. When it comes to Rich, you can't get away from Phil. It's insane, bro. It's legit. It's a legit infatuation. He can't get DSP out of his mind, dude.
Marathon.
He is addicted to this man. Like, DSP detractors who make money detracting DSP, who've been doing this shit for years, don't obsess over Phil the way that ReviewTechUSA does.
But I'd rather make my money that way than be fake like these frauds. By the way, I have a music channel too, and I make pretty banging.
Oh my god, dude. He's really shilling. He's really shilling his music channel. Even back then. Was this the point? This was probably around the time where he thought, you know what? I could really transition into I could really transition into a music career if I wanted to. He probably really believed that. See, what he didn't know, right? What he didn't understand was because he didn't start YouTube as like a music guy. And this is something that, like, I don't know, let's say you're a music critic channel. Let's say you're somebody who you reviews music or stuff like that. You react to albums and all that shit. That sort of content does not translate to you being able to synergize that with your actual music. There are a lot of people who have bands who make beats, who are rappers and shit. They're singers and whatnot. And they can't get the people who watch their content to listen to their music, right? They really struggle. Even big YouTubers with big audiences struggle to do this. And Rich never understood, just because you have 1 million subs doesn't mean you're going to get even 100 listeners on your shit, right?
Beats.
He's always been delusional about this, always.
Below in the description. Don't judge a book by its cover. This is actually an example of that too, because
you can 100% judge a book by your cover. You can look at this man and you can think, I feel like whatever beats come out of this middle-aged Italian are gonna be trash, and you'd be right.
People that you think are nice, a lot of times, are the worst people behind closed doors. Wait till Jay comes on for the part 2 about beat 'em ups. It's gonna be a doozy.
There's a lot of foreshadowing in this video. There's a shocking amount of foreshadowing. I just picked this video randomly, and there's a lot of foreshadowing in this video.
This is Rich at ReviewTechUSA.
Here's the level of foreshadowing in this video. Here's the level of foreshadowing in this video. This up here, this video right here, this is the Castlevania. This is the I think that's the tattoo, right? No, hold on. Why am I even asking? I can literally go to my channel. I can go to my channel and see because I have his arm there. Let's see. Yes, this is the Simon. This is the same Simon that Rich would get put on his arm, and it's literally hovering over the same arm he would get it tattooed with the face of Phil. Bro, there's so much insane levels of foreshadowing in this video, and I just randomly picked it out of nowhere.
Wait till Jay comes on for the part 2 about beat 'em ups. It's gonna be a doozy.
Yeah, there was no part 2. So anyway, that's the stream. I appreciate you guys for showing up. ReviewTechUSA is back after a long hiatus of like 1 year trying to chase something else. He realized that he peaked. He realized that was actually the peak of his career, and he shouldn't have like destroyed that brand. And he's probably going to spend all of 2026 trying to rebuild what he spent most of 2024 and all of 2025 destroying. So that's going to be interesting. It's like every year, it's like it's a new era. Rich keeps entering into new eras of his life, which is actually a really bad thing to do when you're in your 40s, right? You're getting up there, you're getting older with age, right? It's like he wanted this to. He wanted to enter a new era of his life. Well, you got it. You got your wish, buddy. This is how things are gonna be going for you now. So good luck with that. Anyway, new video. I probably will like have one more stream before I upload that video. Either, I don't know, I'm probably aiming. It probably will be on Christmas Day, maybe Christmas morning. Maybe I'll upload it. I keep saying Eve. It'll probably be on Christmas, and that'll just be a Christmas gift to you guys, right? 2025. Check your stockings for the next Mikey documentary, right? And I'll stream like one more time before that on this coming Monday. And that'll be it. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate you guys. Love you guys. I'll see you later. Mikey, do you like cats? Yes, I do.